and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast, everyone. I am Mr. E. I'm joined tonight by Mrs. E, and Auntie is doing some family stuff tonight. She had tickets and plans.
She and Uncle E had tickets to a Halloween thing of some sort.
Yeah, so she's kind of enjoying the spooky season and doing that kind of thing. And this was just we've been so busy that this was just the only night we could really do this week up to this point. So we just had to go tonight. But we appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. I know Lady Tit for Tat, one of our mods, is here, so we appreciate you doing that for us. Hello there, dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches. Helen, Tiffany Machete, D. Marie, SS Butterfly Kisses, Kay Kelly, Rubicon, Georgia Patriot Woman, Lovely Shadow. Welcome into all of you. I want to point out too, we've also got a few folks that have been members for a while now. Rogue, thank you for being a member with us for the last 2 months. And there's a few of these actually. So, and then Terry F. Hello to you as well. We do appreciate you being here.
And Holly S. sent us a super sticker. You can see it over here on this one.
Yes.
Oh, it's the heart eyes with the smile. Thank you so much, Holly S. We appreciate you. It looks like Tiffany Machete gifted a membership.
Yes. So thank you for that, Tiffany. We appreciate it. So great. Well, it's been a little while. We've had a couple of times we've had a break of a week or so before we've been back. And so it's been a little while since we've done that. Yeah, it's just been a busy time for us. Of course, we're got Halloween tomorrow and all of that. So we knew we couldn't go tomorrow night.
Yes.
No way we could pull that off. And so I'm sure that's probably the same for a lot of you.
And I want to say hello to PJ, and I saw Grandma Chachi and a few other of our friends. Lovely Shadow, D. Marie, Susan Smith, SS Butterfly Kisses, Rubicon, Zuzu's Petals. All the friends are here tonight. Tennessee Nurse.
I saw she was saying that everyone in Middle Tennessee appears to be sick. We have known a lot of people that have gotten sick the last month or so.
And I just got over. And Becky, how do you say that last name? Paramenter? Becky Paramenter? How would you say that? Well, welcome, Becky.
I don't know. That's good.
Let's see. And Purple World is here. Welcome. And let's see. Autumn Light 7109 BTW. And hello, Mary Moore. Hello, me and you. And Jan Hold'em. And Ginger Girl, hello. Mr. E has been super busy. He's had to carve how many? We had 9 pumpkins.
Our oldest son, he's obsessed with the pumpkins, our child with autism. And so every time we go to like a Sam's or anyway, we have to buy a pumpkin
literally
every
time.
He's so excited once fall rolls around. And so we ended up with nine pumpkins, and they've all got to be carved on the same day and hollowed on the same day. So it's always a bit of a job.
So that
he's got very specific requests too. He's always like this year was Pluto and Big Bird and a bumblebee. And I'm like, oh, let me see what I can do. And I look up the patterns and just do my best,
Well, and you're very good at it. So
I'm pretty good at it actually, but Big Bird was tough. I don't think I pulled Big Bird off.
he did ask for a Trumpkin too, which was pretty
He
funny,
asked for a
but
Trumpkin.
he did not get that
No,
wish.
that was too. I looked at he wanted.
I didn't even know it existed.
I don't know where you heard about Trumpkin, but there's various Donald Trump pumpkins out there, and I was looking at. There's no way I can do the hair and all the eyebrow. Like
there was no way.
Too much detail. I wasn't gonna be able to pull that off, so we talked him out of that.
Well, I'm glad to see that Hindsight is here.
Hi.
Hindsight, we're talking about you tonight.
We are. I hope you don't mind us highlighting you tonight. So that is there's a little play on words there.
And SW 4x4 Explorers became a member. I thought you were a member already, but if you weren't, welcome. Either way, welcome. We appreciate you. And Seth Rogers is here, and he said hello. Let's see. Somewhere. I just saw it.
Did I just see someone say that Nick's mom is here?
Nick's mom is here. I don't know.
Does that mean Nick the Hat's mom? I know that I think what Nick had said at some point was that
she watched our show.
She was the one that saw us before he did.
Oh, here it is. There you go. And you know what? Let me go ahead and do a welcome to the Crime Dogs for SW. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for becoming a member.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's weird without Aunt E here.
It is.
It's kind of weird.
It is
right?
weird.
Oh, Becky says Parmenter. That's how you say
Parmenter. It. Okay, great.
We'll try to remember that. And there's PJ, and I'm just trying to say hello to everybody. Dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches. That reminds me, we are going to have our membership trivia on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches actually donated a $25 Amazon gift card that we are going to give away. And also, Lady Tit for Tat donated some really cool evidence bags. So those will be part of the giveaway as well.
Did you show those last time?
I can show them. If you give me just a second, you go ahead and talk to chat. No, I'll do it right now. You go ahead and talk to chat.
Well, I think I saw that. Oh, yeah. So Seth is here. Welcome in, Seth. We always appreciate you joining us here. Seth, of course, has the big vigil coming up.
I'll show that as well.
It's getting here super fast. It seemed like, I don't know, it just seemed like it was really far away, but really it's just like a week and a half. It'll be just right after the election, essentially. So if you are in the Clarksville area or nearby, I'm sure he would appreciate your support.
I'll put that up in just a second.
It will be very similar, but at a different location than last time. And we went, of course, to the last one, and it was excellent. It was very well done.
Okay.
And
I'm getting a message. Hold on.
Great way to continue to keep people thinking about Sebastian, praying for him, coming together, connecting with people that are similarly interested in this case and Sebastian's well-being and everything also. So so here's what.
Aren't those the cutest thing?
Tit for Tat sent us these. So I don't know. We'll do these maybe as a second place or something.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But this time theme is going to be 80s and 90s movies. Aunt E made them.
Yes.
I will say I could answer every single one of them. So I'm not going to play. Because I would totally
unfair.
Win.
That is your category, no doubt.
80s, 90s pop culture trivia. I'm really good at that. And Disney. I'm really good at Disney. That's one of the prizes. Let's see. And then also I was going to go ahead and share. Let's see. Yes, I believe that's the right one.
The flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read this too since it's on our mind. We're always going to make sure we mention this at some point during the stream anyway. But so this will be November 9th at 2 p.m. And if you are just listening, I'm just going to read the whole flyer so you get the information. It is a ride and prayer vigil. And it says November 9th, 2 p.m. in honor of Sebastian Rogers. We warmly invite everyone in the community and surrounding to a ride followed by a prayer vigil for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian was last seen on February 25th, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is a time to raise awareness, bridge our differences, and embrace the power of prayer. Motorcycles, Jeeps, and all vehicles are welcome. The ride meets at 2 p.m. Kickstands up at 3 p.m. This is at 1188 Cumberland Drive, Clarksville, Tennessee, 37040. And then the prayer vigil at the conclusion of the ride is at the same location, 1188 Cumberland Drive, Clarksville, Tennessee, 37040. Then at the bottom, it has Jacob's Audible as one of the charities affiliated. And then a couple of saying Sebastian's Army, Sebastian Strong, Sebastian Home. So yeah, if you can make it, I know he would appreciate that. It's just there's a reason for the vigils. We had early on in this whole disappearance, that people were holding vigils, and I didn't really know what, outside of just, obviously gathering for prayer and that, but there is a strategy to it. You do also do that for the news, so that it gives local reporters, local YouTubers, influencers, whatever, anybody out there in media, an excuse to talk about Sebastian again and just keep him
Exactly.
in the forefront. And that's really the purpose of the vigils, as well as, of course, the connecting and prayer and everything else that we benefit that way too. So there is a strategic element to it. So the more folks that come, and the more you get the word out there, the better.
And I'm just seeing some more friends of ours in here. Butterfly Kisses. I already said hello to PJ. I got time today. I love that name. Butterfly Girl, Ginger Girl. Let's see. Another Realm and Spirit Whispers Candle Shop. Hello, welcome. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just, and looks like Mr. Tony Mathis is here. Hello, Tony
Hi,
Mathis. Oh, Lady Tit for Tat says she may order more. They're adorable. They are. They're super cute.
They're really cute.
They're waterproof.
Yeah.
I think they're made of recycled material, which is really cool too.
Be a good like school bag, pencil bag, that kind of thing too,
Tiffany Machete says she will definitely be there for that.
Yeah.
I will tell you, for our members, we might just play that special video for you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that too. It's the members only party there.
Grandma Chachi says she's sending prayers to Seth for Sebastian and for him. So that's very nice. Oh, L. Kennedy was concerned that we had been silenced. We have only been silenced by our children. So.
No, it's just been really busy. There's so much going on with school and everything else. We've had some just stuff going on with work, and it's just been kind of a hectic time. And even tonight, we couldn't line it up where Auntie could be here. Of course, she loves to do this. So she was disappointed to not be able to be here, but
she's going to be there for the trivia on Saturday because it's her baby. Yeah. So it looks like Rock and Rhonda's here. Hello, Crime Dog.
Hi, Rock and Rhonda.
And let's see, Forever Nikki's mom. And let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through all of this and trying to catch up. Rubicon says that I wish I could be at the vigil, but I will be praying and thinking about you and Sebastian. And let's see. I'm just getting through, trying to catch up. Sorry. Groovy Gal, welcome. Leanne, welcome.
Yeah. So Don B knows too. It's very hard to have a family and keep a YouTube channel going. Yeah. Our goal is to try to do 2 nights a week, and we just couldn't pull it off last week. So
hello, Misty Fisher.
It is hard though. It is hard. And to prepare, because we try to do prep before every live.
Yeah.
And so and this one actually, we did a lot on this one. It took a lot of research for this particular night, which was interesting research.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you something else that's funny too. I'm a little thrown off because my voice sounds better than it did before with the old mic. So
no doubt.
I'm a little thrown off by it. So I'm kind of enjoying hearing my voice in a weird way, if that makes sense.
You're distracted by that NPR sound.
I am.
That right? I know you are.
What? I don't want to say it because I don't want to get demonetized.
Molly Shannon and all that.
The Molly Shannon and Alec Baldwin.
That's what it keeps making me think about too.
Hi there. Welcome.
I know.
Welcome. Okay. Lovely Shadows, welcome in. And I said hello to Misty Fisher and Susan Elizabeth. Hello. Don B, welcome. Happy to have you here. Always. Let's see. And just trying to catch up. HM Hands, hello. Welcome. All of our great members here and subscribers, we appreciate you guys. If you don't mind to hit the like button, we would appreciate it. It helps with our algorithm. And you never know, if we get up to a really high number, you never know what could happen.
Of course. Well, that deal's always on the table for the 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
So that
I think we would have to have 1,000 in chat for that to happen.
If we hit 1,000 likes and didn't play it, I think there'd be a mutiny.
There might be
from everyone in the chat. So we'll always do that until we get something better. Maybe we'll come up with something better at some point.
Well, I did, but I'm
replace
not
it.
allowed to play it.
Yeah.
So.
So we'll hold on to that. Keep that one under the hat for a while.
I actually did come up with a video. I'm not ready to release it yet, but it's not a funny video. It's just kind of an interesting video. So I will let you guys know when we premiere that one. But it's an interesting one. Anyway,
so what I'd like.
Tiffany says machete parte. Exactly.
Yes, the machete parte.
I am trying to find a clip of someone saying parte. But I cannot. I've looked, and I did look at the Forrest Gump stuff, and believe it or not, despite everybody's memory, Forrest Gump does not say it the same way we all remember the
Right.
Gen A. That's not how he really says it. He says it's
People
actually,
exaggerate it.
yeah, exactly.
Right, that's what it is. Yeah.
Hi, War Eagle. Welcome. Another great channel.
Yeah.
And
Good to see you, War Eagle.
I'm going to test this bot to see if we can get to get it working. To put up everybody's links.
Mine disappeared on me.
What did you do?
I don't know.
You just kicked yourself off.
I guess I did.
You have to enter.
Okay.
You have to enter studio. Hold on one second, guys. Technical difficulties.
I thought it was just. I thought it was going to the chat, but I guess not.
No. Okay. Let's see.
All right. I think I'm there.
Okay.
All right. So
what was I doing? I was checking to see if the cloud or the chat bot was working. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it's working. It's not. Dang it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know how to fix it, guys. Sorry. We'll have to do everything by Oh, it did work. Yay. Okay. Mods, the chatbot is working again. So as you guys can see, I put Hindsight 2002's link up there to go and subscribe. And that's who we're going to be talking about tonight, because we went through these videos. We just one day sat down and just started really watching Hindsight's videos, and they're kind of amazing. And it reminded us of a lot of stuff we've forgotten about.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while. It's been 8 months.
It's we've mentioned Hindsight before for the other video, the interview we had never seen before, and then here and there I just kind of started watching other videos and then realized there were some real gems in there.
Yes.
I mean, there's some stuff in there that I didn't know, and and they, if you haven't been over to the channel, it's usually like 2 to 10 minute kind of videos, and it's excerpts from various other platforms, interviews that I've never heard before. News clips, some of which I'd forgotten about. It's been so long because a lot of that stuff kind of gets lost, but all these things have information in them, and a lot of it is timely to whatever is happening today in the Sebastian Rogers story. So that's another thing I really like about the channel is, like, currently Hindsight has been doing some RICO stuff, and a few weeks ago it was just other things that related to what was happening, and
there's some good explanations
CPS
too.
Back when that was the big topic. It's just it kind of keeps up with.
It's very timely,
and it'll if there's a question that's been out there, sometimes they'll do a little clip from an attorney speaking on that specific issue, and so it's a great channel. It's so it's worth watching actually from start to finish, which is what we're trying to do or have been doing. So if Hindsight, if you've noticed your views going up, it's probably us.
Yeah,
we're the ones going back watching all these old videos.
So he'll have one on his phone, I'll have one on my phone, and we'll be like, hey, it's very timely. And like I said, there's just some stuff in there that I had forgotten about. And it's nice. And also welcome in, Marlena. Welcome in. We appreciate you. Let's see. All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me to get that ready?
I do just want to do a couple of quick newsy kind of things, just kind of stuff that's going on out there. Just wanted to kind of mention and just our thoughts on them before we get into it.
Sure,
if that's okay with
sure.
One is I know a lot of you saw probably that lady on Facebook yesterday that had kind of these accusations about something going on.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Maybe it was 2 days ago.
I'm not sure.
In the last day or two, but about the situation where it was naming all these various names and were kind of strong allegations and involving Westmoreland and such. And I just wanted to say at this point, my opinion is that this is not a credible source. I
Or
think.
nothing anything
Um,
that we can cover.
yeah, so we're not going to go into that. Just kind of looking back through that history, there's a lot of allegations throughout that particular person's history that I don't quite line up. Regardless, I'm sure that is in the hands of all the law enforcement agencies and everyone that's doing any kind of investigating on it, and they'll kind of deal with that as they need to. But at this point, it's not really something we're going to spend any time discussing. We're agreed
Yeah,
on that
I agree.
because I think it's too unlikely unless there's something that comes out later um, to back that up. And then also just the as far as news on what we've been kind of talking about the last few lives, which is this civil suit that's going on. There really isn't a lot of new information there. So it looks like the first hearing most likely would be somewhere around a month from now, and so I'm sure they'll all be kind of doing their lawyer thing and getting their plans together and all of that. I think my understanding, the only news I guess really is that my understanding is that Barbecue Lady has been served, and I don't know about Granny's watching. I don't think she has, but possible.
How would we know?
Well, I think the paper. Well, you looked.
Well, I looked at the paperwork. What I said is that Barbecue, her attorney is now listed in the documents.
Right.
So that would make it seem like that she had been served.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's the way I said it.
Oh, okay. I might have misunderstood.
I guess I was making. Well, no, I think I was making an assumption to you, not thinking you would talk about it.
Oh, I see. Well, people are interested in the status of that, and I guess the overall thing with that is we're not going to kind of belabor all of the civil suit stuff until it really becomes more relevant later.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of our thinking because at this point, it could be 3 days from now, maybe they'll all settle and come to a plan, and then there's, it's kind of over, and that could happen, or they'll have the hearing. And if they have the hearing, of course, we'll cover that and talk about that when that happens. But of course, any other big news comes out, then we'll check on that too. But I don't know that there's a whole lot to go into that we haven't already discussed. We've read all the paperwork and the evidence, so we kind of see what the argument's going to be, and then we'll just have to wait and see if it actually makes it to a hearing. Then we'll know.
Right.
Everybody's going to have strong opinions about it, but ultimately, it's going to come down to the judge and how the evidence is presented,
okay.
and how.
Thank you, Ginger Girl.
What the judge makes of all of that. Okay, Ginger Girl says Barbecue was served through her lawyer via email, is what she is claiming, allegedly. Yeah, so we're not on TikTok talk, so I never really hear her.
Get that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We never really hear that. So
yeah, we're not TikTokers. Also, a few things. People are really thinking we need to check out today's Crime Time Buzz, which we will because we enjoy Crime Time Buzz.
I don't think I watched it today.
We've been super busy today. We voted. We did all kinds of stuff today. And then Tennessee nurses that this is kind of interesting. I've been following her for a long time on TikTok. If she isn't a detective or PI, she's missed her calling. Extremely intelligent lady. Well, see, I haven't followed her on TikTok, so I don't know what she has to say on TikTok, but she was making some pretty strong allegations on Facebook. So until the say, yeah,
the lady on
I
Facebook.
think that's who she's talking about. And that, yes. So I'm not. Oh,
is that who we're talking about?
I think she's talking about Hindsight.
Oh, Hindsight.
Hindsight has
okay.
a TikTok as well.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay. Now.
Yeah, it's really it's hard to overstate just how well done this channel is. The way they do it is they kind of take one point and hone in on that one idea.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And for like the 2 to 10 minutes it takes to show whether it's a contradiction, show that there's an issue. And there were some of these that were kind of jaw-dropping for us that I've never seen, I've never heard anyone discuss, because this channel has kind of picked up momentum, and I'm guessing a lot of you have not seen some of this either. So that's why we wanted to highlight some of the older stuff that Hindsight has done. And
and honestly, it's not. Some of these points are really important, and we've kind of forgotten about them or overlooked them. And, I feel like it's it's just good to look back sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and I love the name. I love everything about it. And, all righty.
Well, then if you're on TikTok, then I'd recommend following Hindsight over there as well.
Yeah, we don't really understand the TikToks.
And I don't know if is there any other kind of newsy stuff we wanted, like any updates or anything? I don't know if anything
Let's
else.
see. Nick did a post. If you want to pull that up, we can.
Yeah, but I mean, my opinion on Nick's posts is my thought is that that I've said this expression a few times is with Nick. I always I don't take him literally, but I do take him seriously. So when he posts things, I'm not exactly sure what to make of what he's doing, because I feel like a lot of his videos and his posts really aren't meant for us. I think that he directs a lot of it directly at the people he views as the suspects,
Right.
or whoever is involved in Sebastian's disappearance. That's my opinion on it. So you never really know exactly what message he's trying to send. I just don't think we're not really the intended audience, is my thinking.
Right. And also, just to point out, our son with autism is very active tonight because it's the night before Halloween. It's almost like Christmas.
Yeah.
So, you're probably going to hear him running up and down the stairs.
He almost hates and loves Halloween.
It's a love-hate.
It's a love-hate kind of thing for him.
We had to try on our costumes this afternoon to prove that we had them today.
Yeah.
So
it makes him very anxious. So in a way, he's kind of relieved when it's over and can start throwing pumpkins away and everything. Like tomorrow, November 1st, I guess we'll be throwing everything away. Like it's all got to go. All
right.
The pumpkins, all
right.
the boards.
I'll have to get pictures before he starts throwing them in the garbage.
It's like the day it's got to go. Once it's over, it's over. So we got to keep that.
Oh, I'm sorry. People are back talking about Nick, and this is funny. Jana says his posts are very cryptic. I think they are. I think they've got a specific audience, and we're all just getting to watch.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think I just think it is cryptic, and probably the person that's supposed to be receiving those messages is getting them. I just don't know that it's always all of us, I mean, some of it obviously is, but some of that, like, the thing about we know that that we know, and stuff like that. He knows who he's talking to, but we may not know exactly who he's speaking of. But I'm going to guess the receiver of that message knows exactly what was being said. Would be my thought on that.
Okay. I just got a message from one of our sweet users that thinks they may be blocked from our chat, and I want to make sure that they're not. Women's Warrior, if you are blocked, it's an absolute mistake. You should not be blocked.
That would be an accident.
I'm looking through. We do have quite a few people blocked, but I do not see you unless you've changed your name. I don't see that you're blocked. And if you are, I'll fix it right away. I apologize. I don't see that you're blocked.
I'm not seeing the name.
Let's see.
Some of the
sorry, I just want to go through here and be certain.
Some of them should have been blocked just for their names. Yeah.
Maybe.
Just their usernames.
Maybe. You are not blocked.
Yeah, I don't see you.
Unless you've changed your name. If you wouldn't mind to email me your exact username, I will double check it, but I do not see.
Yeah, let's see if
I do not see that you are blocked.
Oh no, I can see you here.
Where? Oh, you can?
Yeah, right here.
Here, highlight it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Must be a glitch. Okay, sorry. That made me sad. Okay.
Good.
Well, hello, Junkie. Welcome. Oh, and we have a new member. Hello, Jana. Thank you for joining. We're getting a slow start tonight, guys.
Yeah,
sorry. We haven't seen you guys in so long. We just kind of want to
a little rusty.
We just want to visit a little. Welcome, Jana E. Myers. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining the Crime Dogs. We're going to be doing a trivia on Saturday. It's on our members only community post. And we hope you can join us because we're going to have some prizes, an Amazon gift card for $25 and some evidence bags and all kinds of fun stuff. So we hope you can join us. And we appreciate you joining the Crime Dogs. Sorry.
So let's get into a little
And
bit.
hello, car guy.
Hi, okay. You want to get into a couple of these? Do you have any ones you specifically wanted to do? Because I've got
I know
a
that
few.
you were working on it, and when I was fooling around not working on it, so I'm gonna let you just choose.
Um,
And Marlena, so you don't have to type so much with your new pretty nails. Um, y- if you look in our group me chat, there's like a shortcuts there, so you don't have to type all the
okay,
words.
so I'm going to start with this one. We'll get ready to do irony of a flashlight.
Okay, I'll get it ready.
You know what this
You
one
talk
is.
to chat, and I'll get it ready.
So this clip is going to be about the whole missing flashlight situation. Okay. So you remember when maybe a few weeks ago, if you were here with us, there was a night that we were kind of near the end of our stream and Seth was here and we asked about the shoes and who first realized the shoes were missing was a question we'd had for him. And he said it was him. And that was kind of like one of those moments like, oh, we weren't expecting that answer. So you kind of go into things sometimes with a preconceived idea of how things played out, and then you learn the reality. Like I had just assumed that it must have been the police officers that first asked or inquired about the shoes being gone and all this. So on the flashlight, um, if I were to ask you, how did it become, how did it become known or discovered that the flashlight was missing? What would your answer be?
You want to have
Without what?
everybody answer?
Yeah. So let's take a moment. I just kind of want to get an idea. So think, how do you believe that the flashlight being missing, that knowledge became known?
Okay, so everybody in the chat. Looks like I got to change. Says I would like 10 shirts. Where do I go? I don't believe they're doing shirts for this vigil. So,
Oh, yeah. If he is, it didn't mention it on the flyer, so I'm not
yeah.
sure. Yeah, and what I'm talking about with the flashlight is, you know how they said he had that little mini flashlight that was missing.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. Like, how
And if you've
how was
already
that
seen the
discovered?
video, don't give it away. Okay, so most people are saying, let's see.
Okay, because this was different than what I believed before I saw this video.
Okay, and do you want to highlight the ones you want to highlight real quick and talk?
So a lot of folks are saying after. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, I think I missed it. So when the flashlight video came out, that's what a lot of folks are saying.
Some people are saying he always had it with him.
Yeah, some said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what exactly? One more time, because I haven't watched this video. So
Oh, you haven't seen this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
How was it discovered that the flashlight was missing? Who and how did that happen?
Well, I found out like the second or third day, but that was different.
I mean,
I found out privately.
So anyway, let's just play the video. This
Okay.
is interesting, I think.
Okay,
And you
let's
got to
see.
listen to the language and the questioning and consider the pre-interview that you're going to hear here.
Okay. All right. So which one is it?
It is Irony of a Flashlight. It's one of the older ones.
Okay.
Maybe like the second or oldest, I think.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So this is
I'll get it ready.
Very new in the channel.
Hold on.
Like it's just
I'll get it
their
ready.
second video.
And are we going to play it all the way through? It's 6 minutes long. Are we going to stop?
It's the
it's so good, but that's
go
6 minutes.
Go. Well, let's see. What does this say?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. You can just go ahead and skip in about 2 minutes, I think.
Okay, skip into 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, you talk to everybody and I'll work on that.
So people are saying that KP said it was missing. And Lady for Justice, it is it's gonna be at 2 p.m. on the 9th, on November 9th. And it is on our community page too. The flyer is. So if you want to kind of just have all the details, it'll be there.
So you said skip into about 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think that's about right. It's really the last half of the video when it gets into but we sure, just start it there. I think it's okay.
Right there?
Yeah, I think it's the last half of the video that's the best, but
Is it going to answer our question?
yeah, I believe so.
You sure it shouldn't go back any further?
Sure, if you want to.
Well, I'm confused on where you want me to start. So you need to tell me where you want me to start.
I would.
Oh,
no, I didn't mark a time stamp on it. I just knew this video is the one.
Are you?
Oh, Seth wants to drop a link.
Is that what?
Oh, he says we will have shirts at the vigil.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Yeah, there. I don't think I have it. We had one laying here for a bit, but yeah.
Will it be the same shirts? Because we do have them handy. I can go grab one. Now, does Seth want to come up? Is that what I'm trying to understand?
I might have missed what he said earlier. I exited again.
What is going on?
I don't know. It's just it's touchy.
It's not touchy. He just keeps kicking himself out, guys. I don't know what to do with him. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to find Seth's comment. Let's see. Oh, of course Seth can post a link. Actually, you know what? I'll just make Seth a mod and he can do it himself.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Oh, it's going to be the same search. Awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me find Seth real quick and I'll make you a moderator and that way you can post the link. Let's see. Add as a moderator. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? We might need to play the whole video. Actually,
that's what I was looking at it. And I'm like, I'm not sure we shouldn't play the whole thing.
Yeah, we just need to play the whole thing. I forgot what order this happened in.
Let me make Seth a moderator.
And we may not have to play the whole.
Okay, Seth, try to put the link up.
Yeah, it's actually the first half of the video that gets into the meat of it.
Oh, you're still off stage. It's just your.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, your voice was here, but you weren't here. Okay. While that's going on.
Yeah, Seth, you don't have to be a mod.
You don't have to be a mod. Yeah. I just did that so you could post the link.
So you can put the link up there if you like.
Yeah. And I can take it right away if you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so let's just play it
from the start.
From the start, and
it's really good, and that'll give me time to run and get the shirt. So,
if you wouldn't mind to grab my water, I forgot to grab it.
Okay. Okay, can everybody hear this?
Yeah.
We can't hear it.
Oh, I don't know if there's any sound yet.
I think.
How did they know he took a flashlight? Well, I asked that very same question today, and I was so glad that Sebastian's mother explained it to me, because when I read that news article, I was like, well, how did they know he had a flashlight? Do you want to tell us about that?
One of the first things that was asked is because he left when it was very dark outside, was if he might have taken a flashlight. And he actually has one that he plays with regularly, and I can't find it. So it's likely that he took it.
Okay. You said there was, they had asked you if there was any flashlights that were missing, and that prompted you to go look. Tell me about that. There was some questions about the flashlight, so I just wanted you guys to reiterate that.
Right. So Sebastian had a little, it's about a little 3-inch. If you think about the little keychain flashlights, that you used to find at vendor tables that you give out for free, cheapies. It was something that he picked up at one of the local festivals, and to right now, we still to this day cannot find it. So we are assuming that he took it with him because it cannot be found.
We begin with a surprising development in the search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who's been missing for 18 days. An exclusive look at new video evidence. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Rory Johnson.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. A lot to get to here tonight. Authorities have scrutinized home security video from the Hendersonville neighborhood, trying to learn what happened to that teen with autism.
Now you can take a look for yourself. Our Nick Barris obtained video that appears to
You wanna
show
pause
two
it?
people
You're saying
near
we're getting
Sebastian's
bad
home
echo or something?
the night his parents say he disappeared.
Okay.
The video you
Hold
are
on.
about to see is
Yeah,
from
we
early
pause it.
Monday morning,
Yeah.
February
So
26th.
I hear
around
see people in the chat saying we're getting a bad echo with the that audio. So we might need to mute our mics or
Here, let me do this. Oh, I bet that's what it is. I bet you're right. Sorry, guys. We can start over, or how do you want to just keep going
actually
forward?
it's really going to be just that first 2 minutes that's big because that's where
So
it is.
start it over.
Sure.
I don't mind to, and I know exactly what we did wrong. So I apologize, guys, if we made you have all that. So I will mute our mics, and then we'll go ahead and play it.
How did they know he took a flashlight? Well, I asked that very same question today, and I was so glad that Sebastian's mother explained it to me, because when I read that news article, I was like, well, how did they know he had a flashlight? Do you want to tell us about that?
One of the first things that was asked is because he left when it was very dark outside, was if he might have taken a flashlight. And he actually has one that he plays with regularly, and I can't find it. So it's likely that he took it.
Okay. You said there was, they had asked you if there was any flashlights that were missing, and that prompted you to go look. Tell me about that. There were some questions about the flashlight, so I just wanted you guys to reiterate that.
Right. So Sebastian had a little, it's about a little 3-inch. If you think about the little keychain flashlights, that used to find at vendor tables they give out for free, cheapies. It was something that he picked up at one of the local festivals, and so right now we still this day cannot find it. So we are assuming that he took it with him because it cannot be found.
We begin with a surprising development in the search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who's been missing for 18 days. An exclusive look at new video evidence. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Rory Johnson.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. A lot to get to here tonight. Authorities have scrutinized home security video from that Hendersonville neighborhood, trying to learn what happened to that teen with autism.
Now you can take a look for yourself. Our Nick Barris obtained video that appears to show two people near Sebastian's home the night his parents say he disappeared.
The video you're about to see is from early Monday morning, February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home. You can see 2 suspicious light sources, which we've circled here in an area behind the teen's home. Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No,
Why?
because the investigation remains ongoing.
And so it could play a role down the road.
Okay.
All right. So I see in the chat that some of you, I guess, already had pieced this together yourself or kind of already knew some of this. This was a new angle to me. Was it new to you? This idea of, I'll just say what I thought going into it. I thought the flashlight was discovered missing, like during cleanup or right away or some point by one of the parents, probably Katie, realized that the flashlight was gone, and that's why that became part of the story. I didn't pick up on the Duchess interview that what she was saying in that pre-interview was that law enforcement asked them, hey, did he have a flashlight with him? Did he take a flashlight?
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Like they're the ones that suggested, was there a flashlight? The indication or the what that would make you suspect is that that by that point, because they said it happened a day or 2 or 3 later, like kind of in those first few days, that they came to them with that question, that would lead you to think that somewhere in there the police saw the flashlight video and were starting to wonder what that was all about. Then came to the parents and said, "Hey, is it possible that Sebastian might have taken a flashlight with him? And do you notice any flashlights missing?" And then
I see.
the discovery of this missing flashlight was made. That I had never realized, or I mean, we've heard that Duchess interview a million times, and somehow I never picked up that detail of that pre-interview.
Mhm.
So that changes that story for me. I know some of you apparently already had kind of put that together, but for me, that was a new angle that I hadn't considered. What
This
about
is
you?
interesting. No, I didn't think about it like that.
Tony Mathis, in my opinion, someone got rid of the flashlight but forgot to get rid of a pair of shoes. Maybe they were looking for the flashlight at the landfill.
I mean, I guess that's a possibility.
So, the way that flashlight had been discussed was like it was like a fidget toy.
That's what I thought. That's
Um,
actually what I always thought. I thought it didn't work and that it was a fidget toy.
And so now it's making me wonder if it was like, okay, so if we believe that the flashlight video's real and what it looks like, what it looks like is someone leading, having a meeting with Sebastian somewhere and leading him to a car in some form or fashion, and that there were a couple, 2 to 3 people involved in a handoff. That's what it looks like. If that's what that is, if that ends up being authentic, then could that be trying to create a cover story or an excuse or something, realizing flashlights had been caught on camera? Maybe they even mentioned flashlights on camera.
Okay, hindsight. I think you're getting the videos.
Yeah.
Hindsight approves.
Okay, so that's where I think, and this kind of line I completely missed, never considered. So that video was an eye opener, and there's a few to me like this. So I don't know, maybe this stuff that other creators have caught, or some of you have kind of picked up on. We've got a really bright crowd, so it wouldn't shock me if several of you already knew this just from listening to the video on your own. But that's the value of these hindsight videos, is they kind of hone in on a key point and kind of illustrate it. So that's where these are so good.
This is a good question for Seth from Roxy's World. Did he have that flashlight every time he went to Seth's? So that's a good question.
I don't know the answer to that. But Seth, if you know that, that'd be great. If it was like a personal favorite, something he always took. Either way, even if, I mean, the way that flashlight's described, that light in that backyard, it's hard to imagine that was coming from one of those little, because they describe it almost like a
fidget.
The flashlight itself not having any real power to it, But anyway, that was very interesting to me and kind of changed the way I looked at that. I actually maybe want to go back and, because you can. I mean, I knew she did this. You could tell that because she says she does. She did a pre-interview with the Proudfoots before that very first interview, and she references things that they talked about prior. And so, as we all kind of know, that the closer you get to February 26th, anything the parents say closer and closer to that day is the most valuable, because as time goes on, if you think they are, deceiving you, then the story is going to get tighter. They're going to find the flaws. So anything said as close to February 26th as possible, we can find is valuable.
Was it the deception detective that said to do that? That said that someone early on said that the purer the video, or the earlier the video, the more pure it is.
Yeah, it's probably deception detective. I would guess.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
We have a new member, Coco Honey. Welcome. We appreciate you. I'm gonna welcome you to the Crime Docs. We're going to be playing trivia on Saturday, and we'd love for you to join us. We're going to have some prizes and fun stuff. We had actually thought about doing a Halloween party, but I just don't think that's going to work out this year. Let's see.
There was another flashlight video that Hindsight did. Let's see if I can find which one it is.
Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm way behind, guys. Hi, 4-1 GTO guy. Welcome. Let's see.
Well, I don't know. We could just do a different one. I know it's one of these videos where he goes into this. It's that he's so emphatic that it's a garbage truck. And I don't guess we really have to play it, but that's one of the hindsight videos in here somewhere also. It's one of those, I don't know whose channel he was on. Maybe Elevated Truth or someone like that, or he might have been on the panel. I'm not really sure. But he was very emphatic that it was a garbage truck and that it was a completely wrong angle than the one we all generally believe that's shot in the backyard that mob crews honed in on. I buy completely in on the mob crew angle of that camera. I don't think it's up the street at all because the lights line up perfectly when mob crew does it.
There was a good question. Here, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, though. It's right here. I thought that was an interesting question to answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an answer.
This is a good question, though.
I mean, I know this has been on a lot of folks'
I've
minds.
got to plug my computer in; it's dying.
Because I think Nick and Dog both use the same phrase, "endangered runaway," and they have put out different messaging at times with, when they first got on the scene. Of course, they were confident that he was alive, and then they weren't, and then it's kind of moved around a bit. So, the thing is we just don't know what information they have.
Right.
We just don't know. So. They're getting leads. We know that. I mean, because they're, people are sending them stuff, and they're going through old leads, is our understanding, and things that maybe people have overlooked, which is actually a great idea. And especially if you think the case is starting to go cold, it's always good to go back and look at leads because someone that you tried to talk to 6 months ago might be willing to talk now or have changed their story, or maybe the first time an officer goes and interviews someone, they think there's nothing to it, and someone else gives it a second look, and there is, so I don't know. So they might have some new information. It might be, I mean, maybe it's one thing I was thinking about with this, like either way, only the people that have taken him know for certain what's happened to him at this point. If I were them, or if I were the police or FBI or whoever, anybody investigating this, I would be trying to approach it from the with the possibility that he is alive either regardless, because you want to bring him home safely if possible. So it's I guess I would be kind of approaching it as if he were out there somewhere, just because you don't want to spook somebody that might get scared if they're holding him somewhere. So that might be the best way to approach it, that he could be in danger, and just to play it safe that he is alive, because nobody knows either way except for whoever took him.
I love this name. Too many shoes.
Too many shoes. Yeah, we really don't know. Roxy's World says there's no evidence he's not alive. There's not. My belief has been that he left the home alive. To me, the way a lot of the evidence has played out leads me to believe that happened that way. So what happened after that is just anybody's speculation and guess. But I think he left the home alive. So
well, this is a good point too by Wist. It is very suspicious that CP said he would be on a video if he went out that door. And I remember that as well.
Yes.
So, I mean.
Oh, the contradiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. About that Ring camera across the street.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I think this is so confusing, and why so many of us have really latched on to all this. There's just so much.
There's actually another Hindsight video that I was listening to, and I can't remember which one this is now.
Why didn't you write the names down?
Well, I didn't. I mean, I was just.
He was going fast.
I've been watching these all day and for the last few days. But one of them, Chris, is talking about what time the garbage truck comes, and he didn't want to answer that question. Of course, anything that like might clear anything up, law enforcement won't let him talk about it, right? But he said if the way the camera was, if the garbage truck had pulled up in front of his house in the darkness, you would have seen the outline of the truck. So again, indicating that cameras would have picked up
That's a good point.
anything in front of the house,
Yeah.
because he clearly says that the outline of the garbage truck would have been picked up by the camera across the street.
That's
is what he says.
absolutely
So
true.
we know that there's a camera that was pointed at his house because he says, I mean, that,
Yeah. The 5 canes. Thank you for your super chat. And that is what we always say too.
I mean,
and well, you have said it. Now let's be fair. You have said in the history of the FBI, do we know of any runaways that they've offered a $50,000 reward for? So
I know I don't believe he's a runaway. I don't think there's two in my mind. There are two things that we've been able to deductively rule out of this. We've been able to rule out that Seth abducted his son, and we are able to rule out that he is a runaway teen. So those two things are off the table. What else is left is basically he either got abducted or he is not with us anymore. And then your suspects, it's an astronomically tiny possibility that it is a total stranger. The odds are very high that it is a family member of some kind. It's like in the 80% range, and it's about a 20% range that it is someone that he knows, like a neighbor or a counselor or something like that. So that's what we're kind of left with. And the FBI reward, you're right, they never in their history have offered a $50,000 reward for a runaway teen. That's a big number for them anyway. So that's always
number.
made me feel like this is a bigger story, or for some reason, the FBI has taken special interest in this case to offer a reward of that size, because they just don't usually do rewards that big for anything hardly. But with these kind of, even when they do a reward for kidnappings and things of that nature, the numbers are usually more like in that 10,000 range. So why the big number? Why so aggressive with it? I don't know. I do have a couple of ideas, but I don't know. Yeah, it is it's a very low chance of a stranger abduction. Even how could they contact I mean, it really what we're looking at it is either someone he knows or a family member. That's really all that's left to us. And the only family member that I know of that has a rock solid alibi is Seth. So
Right.
he's the only one really out. And so we're left with anybody else, cousins, uncles, people in the house. It could be anybody. But that's or possibly 20% chance or so
Right.
that it's just someone close to the family friend or somebody like that. But then you also have other factors, like that's just if all things are equal. We're also not factoring in the special needs, which ratchets up those odds in a negative way for the family, and then also all the CPS reports. That's a big factor too. So that's why we got to start in the house and work out. Actually, you know what? Let's play that video next. Did you watch the Pascal one? He says it great.
You watched a lot more than I did. No offense, Hindsight. I just did not get a chance to watch as many as he did.
First, like 3 or 4 minutes of this one. Let me find which one it is. Real Talk Pascal. It's like the 18th oldest video.
Okay, I'll find it.
And it's been so long since I've seen Pascal. I kind of missed his approach to it. There's a lot of people that are kind of scattered through these various people that are no longer really covering the story.
This dog really wants you.
Okay. Come on, buddy. Does he need to go to the restroom? Is that maybe?
Well, I can take care of that if you after I get the Pascal thing started. I'm just gonna find it.
3 or 4 minutes of this anyway. But yeah, Pascal was huge on this story at first. Did a lot of interviews with Seth. He was one of the big players that ended up, kind of moving on. I don't know if he's talked about this story in a long
I
time.
think he's been, if there's any updates, he's mentioned them. I don't know,
Yeah.
He's more of a what's going on right now kind of guy.
Yeah, it's more like a talk show kind of format, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, it's I'm not seeing it. Do you know? You said it's the 18th oldest.
18th oldest. So it'll be
I mean, I think I've gotten
you've gone
past
too-
18.
You've gone way too far.
Well, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're not doing it by oldest.
I wasn't. You're right. Sorry, guys.
This one.
Okay, got it. I'll get it ready.
All I'm saying is,
Okay.
Yeah. This is good. Just a good common sense reminder that we've lost common sense on this case in a lot of ways. But this is a great reminder of common sense approach to this story.
Okay.
all I'm saying is, he goes to bed with the baby, and then he wakes up the next day and she's gone again.
Whoops. I forgot. Hold on. I have to mute us.
All I'm saying is, he goes to bed with the baby, and then he wakes up the next day and she's gone again. This screams like this is a mixture of a multitude of cases. This gives me the Micah Miller case. This gives me Anna Walsh. This gives me Sebastian Rogers. This gives me so many cases all wrapped into one, right? Because of the things that we're hearing here. They're in a home together. She was in the kitchen. He goes upstairs with the baby. He goes to sleep with the baby because maybe it was his turn to put the baby to sleep and take care of the baby through the night or something like that. He hears a little bit of noise. And then the next day, kind of like Sebastian Rogers, he wakes up and she gone. Now, I get it. Not every single noise you hear in a house with your loved one, you're going to get up and walk out because you think that person just is about to be taken or is about to go missing. But at the same time, we got to remember this. He is the last person. I'm going to repeat that again. He is the last person to see this woman alive. See, but this is the thing. It's so easy. I don't get it. I gotta jump on my soapbox for 2 seconds, guys. It still just doesn't make any bloody sense to me. Okay? Well, we've been talking and covering the Sebastian Rogers case for almost 6 months now. Okay? In about 4 days, it'll be 6 whole months. 6. Okay? The last person to see him alive was his mama. And yet people still are trying to move things around to find excuses. But then we look at this situation and we're like, oh yeah, he's the last one to see her alive. Duh, math. Do the equation. Is easy math, baby. It just blows my mind. I'm so sorry, guys. Everyone's so wrapped up in all this BS drama crap that has nothing to do with Sebastian. Stuff that doesn't even make sense. Okay? Doesn't even make sense. And people are willing to die on a hill because they're not willing to.
Okay. You should be able to talk now.
Yeah. So that's just so true, right? Like it's we just kind of forget the situation, and he's comparing it to other cases. And when you do that, I mean, it's stuff we don't talk about anymore, but the last person to see Sebastian is where we should be looking. The person that calls 911 is the person that we should be looking at first before you look anywhere else. It's nothing personal. It's nothing mean-spirited. It's just searching the truth until we can figure out Katie's role or not role. Then that's where you gotta focus all your energy. It's really just kind of common sense.
Will you read the 5 kings?
And
thank you.
Thank you, the Skeins. In my opinion, KPCP, no. Look at all the cases that allegedly parent calls someone other than 911. This is always a red flag to me. Yeah, the phone call definitely is. I didn't even tell you this. I called 911 2 days ago.
Oh, great.
I had an I was in Nashville and I saw an emergency situation and I was like, I got at the phone, just 911 immediately, like super fast. Wasn't thinking about it. It was an emergency, and I made the call. There was no me thinking, oh, should I call? I was in Nashville, so there was no like thinking of, well, should I call the non-emergency number or anything like that?
I mean, I did
And
not know this
no,
at
I know
all.
you. I know you
This
didn't
is
know.
all news to me.
I saw a man assaulting a woman. I was about a half.
Again?
I was about a half block away.
Wait, this week?
Yeah, like
This is not the one a few
no,
weeks ago.
no. This is like two or three.
Because
days.
you saw a man assaulting a woman a few weeks ago as well.
I did. This was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, my stars.
I forgot to talk to you about it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so
Probably because I fussed at you last time.
yeah. But so, and it reminded me afterward, like I got off the phone immediately, dialed it, because I saw what was going on. And, so that's your instinct in an emergency situation. You're not like scrolling, searching for the Sumner County phone number to dial the 10 digits you'd have to dial to, you're not even considering all that. You're just, where's my baby? Let's get on the phone. It's a red flag to me too. Maybe there's some, maybe there's an explanation to it, but and these red flags don't always mean anything. It's just that the red flags add up over time.
And also that is the 5 canes, not the skeins. Just so you know, it's 5. Are you disagree? You disagree with me?
The 5. Oh, maybe it is 5 canes.
The 5 canes.
Oh yeah. Okay. It looked like an S there, but yeah, I see.
Thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you very much. We do appreciate that.
And I found the video you want, but it's good. I mean, you got to kind of watch the whole thing, and it's a little long. So.
It is, but this was the best one.
Okay, so in
Right?
hindsight, again, why don't you tell everybody how to subscribe to Hindsight? I'm going to put the link in the chat.
If you're not already following this channel, I've got a few.
It's a wealth.
Yes, yeah, I've got a few that if they post something, I'm watching it every time. And Hindsight 2002 is definitely one of those. It is always timely videos. It's always what's current and going on. And they're the ones that found that Fox and Friends interview that the Proudfoots did that no one, I don't think, even knew existed, but somehow they dug up and found. And it was a pretty early interview. It was just like a month after this disappearance. And that kind of stuff is just invaluable when we're searching for little nuggets of information back through these past interviews,
And single mom, WTF True Crimes is new here, but we'll be back. Find Sebastian.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so
single
much.
mom.
We appreciate you. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes. So if you guys haven't subbed up to Hindsight, there's a lot of very insightful videos, which is that all you wanted for the Pascal one?
Yeah, I just wanted to do a few minutes of just that common sense kind of.
Oh, wait. What?
I think the thing that struck me about it was that's how we used to talk about this case. That's how people used to talk about it. It was just, it was just a common sense approach to where the problems are. And it's almost like, I don't know, we've just kind of lost sight of the obvious or something, getting caught up in the drama of things and kind of these weird allegations and things outside of it. But the back in these first few months, people were kind of just speaking the truth about what was not right with the story, and it's almost refreshing to hear it because you don't hear it from a lot of folks anymore. So it was just kind of a good reminder to me. But there's a reason that everybody was looking inside the house first, because there was just a lot of things that don't make sense, and until we can make sense of those, there's really no reason to be looking anywhere else. We got to rule that out first, and maybe we don't know what happened, but that's where we got to start until it makes some sense.
We actually heard a police officer say that. I can't remember where, or maybe I did. That they always start with the house and go out from there.
Sure. I was watching something else about all these kind of cases, and it's always like a babysitter or a relative or what, it's like about all these these different situations, it's people that are close. The strangers are very rare. So it's going to be, it's almost, I mean, it's like a 99.99% chance that is going to be somebody that's very familiar with Sebastian that had him leave the home.
Go ahead and read Detroit Rock City, and
Sure.
then I got another couple things to say.
Detroit Rock City says KP didn't call his father Seth first to see if he heard from him or had him. CP left a voicemail on Seth's phone instead of calling his work.
That's a big one for me too. We did a red flags episode a long time ago, so maybe we should do another one.
Yeah, and actually, I think that story, because I'm going through hindsight today, I think that story's changed a few times too.
And Tony says common sense isn't very common anymore. Yeah. So yeah. And then there was another, also K-Mac is here, and I know K-Mac's working on finals and various things, and we appreciate you being here, K-Mac. And you do not have to stay if you have to get back to work. We understand. Everybody's being kind and respectful in chat, and we appreciate you.
Always appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Yes. We have the best group. I always say that. Let's see. And then let's see. I had another comment and I've lost it. I'm sorry. Let's see. Well, I lost it. It was another comment.
Okay.
It's gone now. I hate that. This thing moves so fast sometimes. Let's see. Oh, it was from Hindsight. This is a great. You have to go back to go forward. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That should be your, if that's not, is that your tagline? Because if it's not, it should be.
There you go. There's your slogan for your channel. That's true. And in a way, that's kind of what we started doing with our channel. Initially, we went back and started doing the early interviews and breaking them down, because when we got into it, it was late April or so. And that's about
we were keeping track of it from the beginning.
Oh no, I mean just as a channel.
Yeah, the channel came about, and I think we set up the account in April. Yeah.
Yeah, so late April, early May, whenever we did our first stream or whatever, we that was around the time the drama was starting to kind of get where people were kind of losing sight on the story, and so we part of us we're thinking, well, let's go back to the original interviews, and so we started with Duchess and went from there, and then kind of what happened was there was just a lot of news. And so we kind of deviated from that original.
We totally deviated, but that was our plan. It was originally. And then other people kind of picked up on that and started doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we were like trendsetters or anything. I don't mean it like that, but people were kind of maybe thinking the same thing we were and kind of started going back and to look at stuff.
Yeah. Betty did it recently. Actually, Bullhorn Betty did.
She's
2 or 3 weeks ago. She started going.
I think everybody's going to like, I showed him a video I made, because I'm not, we're not, it's hard to explain. I edited a video together and he was really impressed with it. So I will be putting that up. Maybe I'll do it soon. I don't know. I was thinking about waiting a little bit, but
yeah,
it's kind of the same vein.
Well, what it's the same idea in a sense. What Hindsight's doing is kind of putting these together in because it's hard to go back through these 3-hour and 4-hour streams and all these, and get all the nuggets you're looking for. And so kind of slicing out specific comments about flashlights or the RV and stuff like that's valuable when we're trying to remember where were the contradictions, what we're trying to do timelines and stuff. And listening to going back through the Hindsight channel last couple of days, I realized Chris's story has changed a lot. And I almost forgot how much he's changed his stories. Because the details change frequently on more than I had even remembered. You want to do this next video? Because to me, this was the
things.
Sure.
Let's see. Autumn says 375 for Machete Parte. Well, we are only at 406. So gosh, guys, we got a long way to go if we're going to have a machete party. Or a Machete Parte. Let's see. And there was something else I was going to say. Okay, so this next one, is that the one you want to do next? And it's long, but it's worth it.
It is long, but the payoff is at the end.
And again, I know what I was going to say. I put it in the Discord the other day because our group, our membership, we have a Discord for our membership. So if you're a member of our Crime Dogs, we have a Discord where we communicate in. And one of my questions was the other day, when I was working on my video is when did the thud, what video or what interview did the thud first come up in? And so that was a question I had. Do you have there was there was a lot of conflicting. Well, there were a couple conflicting.
Is it it's not Chronicles of Olivia, is it? Is it? Oh, it is.
It
Okay.
is.
And that's
A lot of
that's
people thought it was Nancy Grace, but it wasn't. It was actually Chronicles. So,
which is what
hi,
the
Breezy.
fifth?
Welcome in.
Is that the fifth one?
I can tell
Fourth
you.
or fifth, but
I've got it
regardless,
right here.
the
Look.
thing that always bugged me about that with the thud thing and go to bed and all that, other than just the kind of changing of that story, is one of the if you put yourself in her shoes, and
Yeah, it was the fifth. You're right.
the next day, you know, your child's missing, whatever. People are like, so tell us what happened leading up to the child disappearing. The detail you would not forget is the last time you spoke to your child.
He said that today.
That'd be the most important thing emblazoned in your mind. You might not remember everything else at first. You might kind of, other details might come to you later. That's actually kind of natural. But the thing I would never forget is the last time I spoke to my child before they disappeared. It would not take me 5 interviews for that detail to emerge.
I agree with you.
Story.
I agree with you about that specific detail, but I also think that when you're traumatized, you sometimes forget details and then they come back to you. And I think you could agree with that. But that is
Yes.
a pretty big detail
not
to have mentioned.
Not that one. Not the last time I spoke to my child before they disappeared, because that's the last 100% time she knows he was in the house. So that is the most important detail.
That would be the strongest memory.
It's the most important part of the whole story is when's the last time you talked to him? Because if it's go to bed at 9 and then a thud conversation at 10, well, theoretically, he slips out of the house sometime after 9.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like he could have gone out a window or slipped past her when she went to the restroom or was asleep on the couch, or you know what I'm saying? The most important part is the last time you talked to him. And for her to have left that out until the Chronicles of Olivia, you know, it's just another.
That was the 5th interview.
Another problem with that.
John,
just the believability.
John wants us to read his last comment. I cannot find it. I'm looking. I'm still not okay.
Yeah,
Is it the
I'm not
I see
sure.
the problem of this case is the 6:30 p.m. Texas Roadhouse? Okay, hold on. I think that's the one he's talking about.
John Q says, I see the problem of this case is the 6:30 p.m. from Texas Roadhouse to the time of the sheriff's department call regarding Sebastian going missing. Yeah, I mean it's the you know, there's a lot of folks that think that he never made it home at all. I tend to think he did. I know there's a lot of folks that think he never came home from Texas Roadhouse, but I think he did. I think he left with the flashlights still. Unconscious, whatever.
And do you know, and does anybody in chat know why Mr. E says that? Because I'll give you a hint. It always comes back to one thing. One thing for Mr. E. I want to see if they remember.
So that's old school.
Okay, this is an old school.
Yeah, you'd have to have been here a while.
Hi, Zoots and Boots. Welcome.
Yeah, good to see you, Zoots and Boots.
I want to see if anybody old school remembers.
Yes.
It always comes back to one thing. All right, Rubicon.
Rubicon's got it.
Champion.
It always comes back to the shoes. So if Sebastian at Texas Roadhouse were passed off to someone at that point, he would have had shoes with him. And so when he got home, all of the shoes would not have been accounted for. You wouldn't have just taken a pair of his shoes from him. There's just there'd be no logical reason to do that.
Yeah, if you go back to our older episodes, that was one of the main things he would always, it wouldn't matter. I would throw out all kinds of different possibilities and he would say, but what about the shoes?
Yeah.
What about the shoes? Misty remembers. Misty remembers.
Yeah. So, because the shoes are the big problem with the Texas Roadhouse thing, because it's just not because it just doesn't fit. There's unless you can come up with a theory to why you would want to make people believe he left the home barefoot.
Right.
And that theory is not even that theory is not helpful to their story. It's
Yeah,
harmful
Ash
if you
Cash.
believe the parents have involvement. Yeah, this is kind of going back to the original stuff too, Ash Cash, like shoes. And when I first heard that, automatically red flags.
Mhm.
The shoe thing was one of the early red flags for almost everybody. Probably for Seth too, actually, because of the weather. It makes no sense. The sensitivity with the feet, with the fire ants, and all of that.
Kendra says, or they lied and had other shoes. And I think your question would be what?
So why would you tell that lie? So let's say he's got a pair of sneakers that why wouldn't she just tell the police the next day or whenever they asked her about it, or Seth mentioned it, however that happened? Why wouldn't she say, oh yeah, there's also a pair of green sneakers that aren't here? Because that helps their story. If you believe they're involved in it, that would help their story.
Right.
Um,
And then what would happen after that? Okay, what size were the shoes? Where did you get the shoes? Do you have a receipt for the shoes?
but she can't make. Well, these are
Oh, wait, I'm
theoretically
sorry.
real shoes, though.
Or they lied and he had other shoes. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood the.
But what would be the purpose of the lie? You know.
Well, I
I
think
mean, maybe there's something, but I don't know what it is.
well, I think one of the things we looked at the very beginning was the statistics of the number of people that were missing from their homes without shoes. And do you remember that?
Yeah, and we heard police officers talking about this early on too, where they would say that it's a question you always ask, in these kind of situations to see are their shoes accounted for, because if someone's unalived in their home or whatever, they often forget about the shoes. So that's another reason for that red flag. But it's something we don't, we don't talk about. We talk about all the outside stuff. We talk about all the drama stuff, and it's better to go back and revisit the early information we had. It's going to be more telling than new stuff today in a lot of ways,
Right.
because the older interviews and everything are more pure. They're less crafted now than if you believe these people are being deceptive.
Okay, this is a question. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. E, love your show. Thank you. My question is was Seth ever shown a video from inside the Texas Roadhouse? I do not know. I know that he was brought to TBI along with Katie to see a video that was from Texas Roadhouse, but we don't know if it was inside or outside, correct?
I think he described it as outside.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100%. Okay.
But if he saw inside, I'm not aware of it. He may or may not be able to say that. I don't know.
Tony says no. So
Okay,
not
so
inside.
It was outside.
Tony says no.
Yeah. So Tony and Seth
Aunt
talk a lot
E,
about.
do you want to join?
Yeah, you can join if you like.
Just
we can get your reaction on this video.
Oh, good, because this
If
is
you
the
want-
video he wants to show you.
Yeah, this is the one that so once in a while in this case we've had some moments
Hop
where
up.
we were like, what? And we've had a few of those where
Let me see.
the $50,000 reward, the flashlight video. There's been a few moments, but this was one of those where it was like,
It's perfect that you're here because I got to get the kids to bed. So it's perfect.
good timing.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll wait for Auntie
we'll
for that.
wait.
Let's just talk to chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Let me check our machete karate progress. Oh, guys, I don't think it's happening tonight.
Yeah,
We're only at 4:38.
It's Halloween Eve.
It's Halloween Eve.
People are watching.
Well, there's Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches. Dreaming, we are going to be doing our trivia on Saturday, and we're going to be giving away that awesome gift card that you sent us. So let's see. Okay, we'll wait for Auntie to come up before we talk about this video. We were on a good roll talking about stuff. Let's see.
I mean, stuff we hadn't talked about in a long time, actually. But it's
Oh, interesting.
Hindsight says, in my opinion, it appeared that they were looking for white paper at the landfill. Maybe a receipt is what I've felt. In my opinion.
Interesting.
White paper.
I didn't look that closely at that video, in all honesty, because they had the tarp and everything. Hi, the real me too. It's nice to see you. Thank you for coming to help out. We appreciate you. Let's see.
Hindsight, I don't know if you were here the night we were talking about the
Yeah.
landfill, but we, I think we were talking about how that all played out, and someone had suggested that the reason the search stopped is that they believe they found whatever they were looking for, and that was another one of those kind of like aha moments to me.
I think it was Misty. I think it was our moderator, Misty, that said that.
It was Misty, and it was kind of one of those kind of moments where you go where something clicks into place. That makes sense, because if you're going to go up there, spend all that money and all those resources to search a landfill, you don't just stop after a day or so. You're in it until you find what you're looking for. So that totally made sense. I think previous to that, I had just had the assumption that it was a long shot. They gave it a day, got called back, but it makes more sense that they found whatever they were hoping to find. So
Hindsight says I have slow motion on my channel.
Oh, what we're about to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dreaming says, thank you, Mrs. E. I'm excited about trivia night. Love those evidence bags you're giving away. Well, you can thank Lady Tip for Tat for those, because she donated those. So I guess if you win, you won't want your gift card back. You'll just want one of the evidence bags. No, I'm just kidding.
So is Auntie coming?
I don't know. Let me let's see. I can check. Let's see.
Oh, I see. You're talking about Hindsight's talking about having slow motion of the landfill. Like, I don't know if I saw that video or not. I'm telling you, it is a treasure trove of stuff. I feel like we are always recommending everybody else's channel, right?
I know.
It's kind of funny that we do that. But
I
that's
love
the way it is.
Okay. Auntie says 1 minute restarting. She's restarting
All
her
right.
computer. So give her a minute. Okay.
Okay. So somebody's saying, Girl Mom 2 says, yes, I saw that a man was reading a paper he picked up, and then several came up beside him and they were reading it too.
Interesting.
So maybe they were looking for something specific like that. What would that be? So a receipt.
So we're blurry.
Interesting.
Amy says we're blurry. I don't think we're blurry. No, I'm looking at it on 2 different monitors. We look pretty good.
I'm a little.
Are you a little
pixelated looking on my monitor?
Well, let me look. Okay.
Okay, Real Me 2 says we're okay.
Yeah, sometimes I think. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. He's fine.
Pharmacy receipt, someone suggested.
Interesting.
That's Kitty. Yeah. Yeah, right.
Interesting.
Yeah, pharmacy receipt. That could be good.
Interesting. Hi, Kitty Catty. Welcome in.
I mean, it could be anything. But they'd have to know they were looking for something very specific. You know, a pharmacy receipt. I mean, that's all digital. They'd have that at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Even a restaurant.
Receipt.
Even a restaurant, you could pull all that.
But it might be a lead to something that they would not be aware. Well, no, they probably would look at. I mean, I would think they would look at bank accounts and receipts and things, but who knows? Transactions from credit cards and such. Well, aloha, JH. We're still waiting for Auntie. It's been more than a minute, so I think we may have to move on.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it, and she'll watch it. She gets on in a couple of minutes, then.
Well, I was hoping she could get on so that we could.
Here she is. Looks like she's on there now.
Oh, she's not on my screen. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's no camera, Auntie. John Q has a question for us real quick. They actually, John Q's question is what month are school report cards published for parents to review? In Sumner County, they have a thing called Skyward where you can actually look at the report cards quarterly, but usually it's May is when the final report card comes out because after the last day of school, when the last day of school is usually around the 25th or 26th of the month of May.
Oh, there you go. I bet you're right here too. Show Poodle says mail with address confirming it's the right garbage.
Oh,
That would make some sense too. So if you found a bag of something you might be looking for, you've got an old envelope, that makes some sense. That could be right.
Okay.
Even if they weren't looking for paper specifically, that might be, yeah, that's a good idea.
You can be on here without a camera. It doesn't matter, Auntie. Okay. When are the midterm report cards published for parents to review? They put out the grades quarterly. So after end of every 9 weeks, I guess.
Yeah. So
they put them out. So that one, let's see. Let's see. The first quarter just ended. So the second one will end in January. No, it'd be before that, wouldn't it? It'd probably be before Christmas break, and then the third quarter would start in January.
I think he's getting at, could it be have been a report card of some kind?
Oh, I guess it's possible.
End of February, maybe that'd be, well, it wouldn't be quite 9 weeks, would it?
No, it wouldn't. But I mean, you can go into Sumner County. That's one of the nice things is you can go in there and look at the grades all the time, see if everything's turned in. We've had to go through that with our little ones. So, where you forgot to turn this in or whatever. Auntie, you can come on without your camera if you want. That's okay.
We voted today and he was on the ballot and he ran unopposed. So I know people are curious about that, but we did early voting today and he was on there. But yeah, unopposed. So, unless there's a massive write-in campaign, then he'll definitely be the sheriff.
Oh. Well, thank you, Jules, to Callie.
Do you remember when CP said the fidget toy flashlight that was missing did not work? Then a few days later, the flashlight video came out. I do remember someone saying it didn't work. I couldn't remember exactly who said that, but I remember that detail.
I feel like Seth told us that too, though, that it was, well, I don't know who, honestly, I've got to start writing everything down because I'm so overloaded with information. Hi, Justice Jane. Welcome. And Real Me Too. Oh, and Jules, to Callie, thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate that. It's like a little tip and it makes us feel good. So we appreciate that.
Let's go ahead and do this video.
She says she's coming up.
It's been
I know. Hi, Justice Jane.
I mean, we can still have her join when she gets here, but she doesn't have to be here for this video.
All right.
She'll probably be able to watch it anyway.
Well, the thing is she needs to watch it. She can't just listen to it.
Oh, I see.
That's the point.
Well,
Zuzu's Pedal says, I think Seth said it didn't work. So,
yeah. I think
DJS agrees. I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
And TWY said that as well.
Let's just do it.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Sorry, Aunt E.
Yeah,
if she comes up, you'll have to add her because I'm gonna be putting the kids to bed. We don't know that she'll
ever be able to get it fixed,
Yeah, I don't know why she's having so much trouble. You can join from your phone too. All right. Oh, I still have to get it ready. So you'll have to go ahead and talk to chat while I'm getting it ready.
GTO guy says, let's see, Mr. E, don't upset your sister-in-law. I know, but I just I'm the one that always feels like everybody's here. Let's keep it going,
Oh, I just got a text. Hold on.
So I know.
It doesn't take that long to reboot the type of computer she has either.
Real Me Too thinks it's a makeup issue.
No, she's been out.
Says, Auntie E, you don't need to put makeup on.
Actually, Real Me Too, she and her husband went out, I think with her kids and did some Halloween stuff tonight. Yeah. Looks like she's here.
Makeup issue.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you got to turn off the computer or turn off the sound for the.
Yes, sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, I have rebooted twice and my camera, it comes into StreamYard, but when I go back to the home screen, my camera's not there anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, Middle E can help you with that tomorrow.
Okay.
How was your thing? What was it you did? I don't remember.
It was called Lou Gardens, and it was we're kind of close to where we live, and it was like a artistic, kind of scary Halloweeny garden that you walk through. It's about an hour to an hour and a half long, and we'd gotten tickets with E-Dog and his wife, and we were walking through that, and we had dinner together, and we'd had it for a little while, so that's why I was kind of tied up this evening.
And E-Dog feeling well?
He's doing well. Still got some aches and pains. He's supposed to start physical therapy soon for his back and arm that are still giving him fits after the seizure. He's just had some major muscle issues with that. But the head wound is really looking good, and the scab's starting to come off, and he's had all the stitches out, and it looks really good. So all the reports we're getting are good.
It seriously gives me the chills thinking about it every time you say it.
Oh, I know.
No.
It makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
I don't want to subject everybody to the pictures because the pictures are pretty gnarly.
Yeah, they are bad, especially the one before the stitches. Oh,
well, I'm glad you were able to make it. John Cuse is saying January was the month that the CPS report was made. That's why he asked. So that's interesting. Yeah, I get it.
Is the video scrolling? Is that what I'm seeing? Is that what it's doing?
It's loading, it looks like.
Well, I was waiting for you to get it started. This is funny. So do you call your children E1, E2, etc.? We call them Big E, Middle E, and Little E.
Yeah.
And I've got to get Little E to bed. I'm 18 minutes behind, and it's already bothering me. So let me get this video going. Auntie, I have to mute our microphones to do that. So you won't be able to hear us. So you might need to text us if you need anything in the middle of the video. But he wants you to see it really bad. He has been wanting you to see it for days.
Maybe some other people have seen this. I had never seen this.
We'll probably just play it in its entirety. I think it's like
I know
6
you wanted
minutes.
me to see it without ever having seen it or talking to you guys about it. And so just so you guys know, I've not seen it, haven't heard it, don't know anything about it.
If you haven't seen it, this will be good.
Okay, hold on.
And it's when you got to watch. So if you're just listening right now, you'll want to watch this video, especially toward the end.
Yeah. No, she's watching it. Her camera's not working.
I just mean everybody else. I think people are like me a lot of times where they just throw in the earbuds.
I wish I could make it
like a podcast.
Is that going to make it bigger? No, it's not. I can't make it any bigger, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, but this is a video you want to watch with your own eyes.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. And Aunt E, I'm going to mute us. So if you need either one of us, you'll have to text.
Okay.
I've had CPS call to me in 2 states, New Mexico and Tennessee.
And did that include with Sebastian?
Tennessee was Sebastian, yes, ma'am. Okay. And in fact, Sebastian here, like I said, I got nothing to hide. So Sebastian went to school one day because we were at the house. He got in trouble. He didn't have a belt on. I was like, "Where's your belt?" And got it. Whack. Got him. So he goes to school and he tells the teacher, "They're mandatory reporters." So the teacher reports it. Mm-hmm. That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house while we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished.
I've got a question for you. Yes, I want to find out about Mr. Proudfoot hitting Sebastian with a belt. What happened?
That was actually several years ago, and it
to
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr. Proudfoot, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were asking Katie. Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying, and I had asked him. I said, "Hey, you got to have a punishment for this." He says, "Yes, sir." And I said, "Okay." So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes. One swat.
What did he lie about?
Honestly, I don't remember at the time, but it was probably something dealing with school because that's majority where his issues lie.
Got some information in regards to where Sebastian has went? Because last time I checked, there's not one shred of evidence.
You know he walked off the porch is what I'm asking.
I'm telling you, unless this kid is just in the thin air on my front porch, he sure had to go somewhere, so he had to walk off the front porch. Now, if you're trying to insinuate somebody was in my house or somebody's taking that child outside of my house, say
I'm not
that.
insinuating anything. I'm asking, do you know that he walked out your front door? Do you know
that he went out the front door?
Or any door?
Is that what you're asking?
Do you know?
Yeah, that's what we're asking.
Okay, thank you. I just need a confirmation. I don't play games here. So just to make this real crystal clear, there's a back door. Every door in the house when Katie got up that morning was locked.
Okay.
Since it's already out there, there's a keypad on the front door. You don't need a key to unlock and lock my front door.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a key to lock every other door. And every other door was locked, folks.
So
did Katie do that?
Do
and
what?
He walked out, did Katie make sure all the other doors were locked? And could have Sebastian just walked out? Could he have walked out the front door?
Every door was locked.
So what you're saying is that the only possibility is the front door. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying the most conceivable way possible that this makes sense is that he walked out the front door.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Did he walk out without his shoes on? Is that what you believe?
My statement earlier is real simple. Sebastian walked out of the house not wearing any shoes.
Chris, what time did you get home on Monday? Do you remember?
I want to say it was, well, hold on, let's see here. One something, I think.
Yeah. And then did you have to go back up there and get your camper? I mean, is that what y'all had to go back and get that? Somebody had to drive
Yes.
it back? Or?
No. It's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell. Somebody was just.
No. You know, so there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Mm-hmm. Over this?
Yes, over this, very much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I was like, well, so I got permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, you know, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going. And we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours, long enough to get down there. I finished packing everything up. And I say she didn't go. I was down there long enough to pack everything up. I spent the night in my trailer, hooked up the next morning, and came home.
Mm-hmm. So, but will you be going back to work there? I mean, they'll allow you to go back to work there? I mean, in Memphis?
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
Good.
We have a 15-year-old autistic child that is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
We're still muted. There you go.
Yeah, so I hadn't seen that before. Maybe somebody else has picked that up on another channel somewhere. But that's that little smile. If you watch a lot of these body language people and
There was
profilers
no sound for the video the whole time.
the whole
No,
time.
I heard it
Oh.
the whole time.
Okay,
Okay.
might have been just when we came back.
Yeah.
So that little grin, that's what they would refer to as duper's delight, which is when you have someone that there's a bold-faced lie,
Well,
and they
somebody
think,
actually put that on there. Duper's delight.
yeah. So it's a common, it's a common trait of someone. I've seen Deception Detective. He believes that that's what I can't think of his name. Wells, the Summer Wells' father, or whatever. his
Don
name-
Wells.
Don
Oh.
Wells, yeah. When he was on Dr. Phil, had a moment like that with what he thought was duper's delight, and it's like you're enjoying the fact that you're almost taking this weird joy in someone falling for your lie, and these little smirks will pop up.
Dorothy says that's too early to say that. OMG.
What's that?
It's too early to say that would be duper's delight.
Duper's delight.
Well, I disagree with that because I think that the earliest, the earlier they did it, the more pure the interview was, right?
I don't. I'm not sure what that means. That's too early to say that.
Well, I think that's what she meant. I'm not sure.
About this, I don't know. Maybe I'm not
And
sure.
Teresa says that says it all, in my opinion.
But that little smile, we played that over and over when I saw that, and then the try to cover it up, pretending she's crying and everything, it was clear to me what she was doing. What was it that Hindsight just said?
Hang on, I got it.
Roxy's World. She said nothing. Was trying to reply, but he took over.
Right. Hindsight, I was trying to find that actual clip besides your video. If you wouldn't mind to email it to me, if you're okay with that, I'd appreciate it because I would really like to look at that more closely. If you don't mind, if it's a problem, don't worry about it. And then John Q says,
the security of the back door is never mentioned if it was locked or even checked as being locked during any of the interviews. Yeah, they
I
tried
think
it.
She did say, he said in one just now that every door was locked when she got up. Every door was locked. So the only way he could have gone out was the front door because you can actuate the keypad once you get outside and lock it from the outside. And so that's what he said.
"Oh, see, I always took it that it automatically locked. That's the way I
No,
took it."
well, like ours is a keypad with the numbers that you put in the number, and there's a button on there that you push and it locks it.
Oh, okay.
And so I assume that's what he meant, but it could be somewhat different. But ours, there's just one button you push, and it automatically locks the door for you once you get outside.
And then our lovely Tiffany Machete had a comment. She sent us a super chat for $5. Thank you,
Thank
Tiffany.
you, Tiffany Machete.
Tiffany Machete.
CP stated he went and got the camper the next day. Seth was there 3 days. He didn't get the camper till after then. Yeah, so yeah, Seth would have known when he left for that.
And Auntie,
there's a lot in.
We didn't ask you what you thought about that there at the end. That's what he wanted you to see.
What did you think of the smile?
I think it looks like a smirk. I think it looks like when you slow it down, I think you can actually see it better.
Yep.
She probably does it so quickly in real time that you couldn't, or you didn't notice. You just saw the awkwardness, and she was trying to turn her head around so you wouldn't catch the smile, but you could tell that. I think it looked like a smile.
Yeah, and I think, I think the hand going up and then kind of going into the little fake cry there is what it looked clear to me that she was trying to cover the laugh.
Yeah. And I think I don't know that I'd heard that the way he said it too, about I needed to bring the fifth wheel home. And so I told the police, and they told me I could go get it. And when he said we told them when we wanted to go get it. So I don't think he said that they got it the next day, did he? He said, I wrote it down when he said that. We told them when we wanted to go get it. And then he goes, by them, I don't mean both of us. I just mean me.
Yeah, there's actually several videos in Hindsight's list here where he talks about the fifth wheel in different interviews. And
a couple of things. Zoots and Boots has a good point. You want to read that one?
It doesn't have to be expressly showing guilt to recognize lies, just capacities to evade.
Yeah. And then Judy says, these people do not represent Tennessee. They want to be famous with books and movies. So
who doesn't represent Tennessee?
I think she means us.
Why would you?
We want to be famous.
I just think it's funny. It made me laugh out loud because it's so ludicrous. Anyway, I just thought it was
Famous
funny.
with books and money.
Movies. No, movies.
Movies.
Actually, Nashville is all entertainers, so I don't know. Actually, maybe that part.
Right.
Everybody in Nashville is an entertainer.
That is kind of funny.
That's what I said to somebody the other day. I said, you can't throw a rock without hitting someone in the entertainment business here.
Maybe not east and west, but middle.
Middle for sure. And
then
just to reply, Gio Yuka 2020 says, please list the creator names and videos so I can watch it myself. Thanks. This is from Hindsight 2002, and Hindsight is who we're highlighting tonight because we really, really enjoy the videos that Hindsight puts out.
Yeah,
it's actually in our it's in our description for the link as well, and we can put that link in chat. And
that particular video, I'm just going to go ahead and type the name of it.
And also Hindsight, I'm putting our email in the chat, and then I will also put Hindsight in there again.
And Hindsight said the camper was not in the driveway on 3-3.
Okay, Max says almost 500 likes. I don't know. We'd have to talk to Mr. E about.
I don't know. We got to make it 1,000.
Well, we don't even have 1,000 in chat.
Yeah.
That's an unreasonable.
It makes it more special.
I know, but how can you can't have 1,000 if you don't have 1,000?
So I'm putting that's the name of the title that I'm putting in the chat right now. But its truth is easy to remember when it's spoken. If you forget the name of it, it is the third oldest video. If you're looking for that one with the Duper's Delight. But I mean, these are all so good. No. Yeah, I mean, we've got a little time. We could do
We can do it. Yeah, of course.
Do you have any favorites out of these that you wanted to talk about? Those were the ones that I definitely wanted to cover because I
think that they've done a great job putting them together like that because the statements, hearing them together, I think is very impactful.
Judy says, bingo. I was being sarcastic. Oh, that's funny, Judy. Well, I laughed at it. I thought it was amazing.
The sarcasm is great.
It's hard to read sarcasm, but I appreciate it.
And April says, can we make an exception on the times it's my birthday and I've been waiting? Oh, that'll get to Mr. E.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a soft heart.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Well, how about we are so close to it. Let's see.
So we'll only do it twice.
Okay, we're at 517. But you know what? Since it's April's birthday, we have to wish April a happy birthday. So happy birthday, April.
Listen to what Tony says too. This is hilarious.
Happy birthday, April. We appreciate you. Thank you for spending your birthday with us. You can be anywhere and we appreciate you being here with us.
Absolutely.
And Tony says, can we buy 500 likes?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that. And then I've got to.
Okay. This is for April and Tony. All right. Let me,
thank you.
She
Tony.
said, thank
yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let's see. All right.
Happy birthday, April. April's my favorite month.
She also said she was going to bring a machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
So she only gets one time, or do we?
Yeah, go ahead and do another one.
See, once I get started with it,
yes,
that's the problem. Is he likes it?
She also said she was going to bring a machete.
karate,
machete,
karate,
machete,
karate,
machete.
karate.
The look. The look's my favorite
I think
part.
the people have not seen this before, actually. So,
And Tony
give
says
it
it
to 'em.
never gets old.
It will never get old.
Hi, R. Taylor. Welcome in. Hi, Bear Bear. Welcome
Oh,
in.
man. That is some good stuff. Let's do.
Well,
You want to do
happy
the
birthday,
third?
April. We hope
Yeah,
that
happy
that made
birthday.
your day.
You won me over with the birthday, otherwise.
Yeah, he's got a soft heart. He really does.
Let's do this video too.
Oh.
Hercules.
I like this one.
I know. That's it's the back of the wannabe sleuth and something says the back of the mullet shakes with so much emotion. I mean, it's really into that machete.
Aw.
I will
Well, Tiffany, we appreciate you.
And
She said this is by far my absolute favorite.
let's do the ever-changing for.
And okay, we'll do it again if we get to 1,000.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, we'll do that still.
I'll tell you though, I want to get somebody else watching because I don't like the number of people watching right now. Makes it.
I'll pull it up.
Let's get us off of that. Oh no, we're okay now. We're okay now.
I just got in there, so we'll. There, I'll just let that run.
Oh, well, we had 5 drop, so
nobody wanted to be the beast, right?
People were waiting for the machete, and once they got it, they left.
Too close to Halloween. People did not want to. Yeah. So
we
let's
don't,
do.
We don't need the bad juju.
Aw, look at Deanna. My neighbors may think there's something wrong with me because I laugh so loud.
I mean, we watched that video a lot. The first day she made that over and over.
Yeah. I think we did lose
Lady
people.
Tit for Tat missed it. Oh,
you did. All right, one encore.
Okay, one more for the best mod ever, or what we have the best mods ever. But
Yeah,
Lady Tit for
the
Tat has
mod
made us
squad.
songs. She sent us presents, so this is for you.
She also said she was going to bring a machete,
Karate,
machete,
karate,
machete,
karate,
machete.
karate.
There you go. That was for you.
Very good.
That was for you. Okay.
Yeah. So lots of laughter. So let's do this video. Do you mind?
Okay. Which one do you want to do
I
now?
want to do the ever-changing forensics. It is the 23rd oldest video.
Okay, hold
that's
on.
helpful.
Can you give me a
It's a
minute?
short
You'll have to
one.
talk to chat for
Yeah.
a second. The 23rd oldest. You're so very specific.
Well, that's how I organized them in my stuff. I just went to oldest to newest because I figured the older stuff people would be less likely to be as familiar with, because Hindsight started really getting a lot of attention after that Fox and Friends video. That's when a lot of people discovered them, I think,
Okay, hold on.
because nobody had seen that.
Okay.
Somebody said that Seth needs some side-eye merchandise.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
He's got the best side-eye of
Yes.
anyone I've ever seen.
Okay. Let me make that big. All right. That's funny.
So yeah, this one's called the ever-changing forensics.
All right.
Um,
Oh, whoops. I forgot to mute us.
I couldn't talk to you enough positive about my neighborhood, because anybody had cameras voluntarily gave up hard drives, flash drives, access to clouds for them. They've let people go in and search their houses multiple times without needing a warrant or a subpoena or anything. They've just openly done it. So, I mean, that's why it's so difficult right now.
Yeah. Now they come out and I know this is part of the investigation, so you may not can answer this, but it was public because we saw them. We saw them with our own eyes. So they come out about 11 times, counting the backyard where they took pictures. Okay. So did they come in and check as well? The 11 times, or did they do forensics like luminol or anything like that?
No.
Just asking.
No. I can answer. No, they haven't done that. We actually, Katie and I sat down at our table in our dining room, and that's basically where everything conducts itself. We sat down with them in the dining room, and I asked them flat out, I was like, what about fingerprints?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What can we do? Can we check this? Can we check that? And they said no, because, and they explained why fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would get a hit.
Question to you guys. When police came in and processed your home, did they look with, for instance, luminol? Did they check? What did they do when they searched your home?
They thoroughly searched my home with many different things. They removed some things for the dogs to hold the scent, and for Sebastian's DNA. I know that they used thermal
night imagery.
night vision. Thank you. And I don't know exactly all of the tools that they used, but I do know that multiple different searches were done on my home by many different people, detectives, sheriffs, and a few others.
Yeah, I wouldn't swear that the forensics folks showed up or not, because there were so many folks in and out of the house that it was just, hi, I'm so-and-so with law enforcement. I'm so-and-so with law enforcement. Okay.
Every time they've said we need to look, or please do.
You're muted.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. That was one of those.
So that was one of those contradictions that I hadn't caught before. I didn't realize that they had changed their stories on the forensics part of it. That's just 5 days apart. Of course, when Chris tells it, there's no forensics. When Katie tells it, she goes into the saying there's different tools and thermal imaging and all of that. And then what it appears to be is Chris realizes that she's saying things that contradict him and what he had said in a previous interview. And he kind of tried to say, oh, well, we really can't say for sure what was done. There were so many people coming and going.
He
Like
tries
he's
to
trying
make it more vague.
Yeah, he was trying to kind of make it a little more murky, where their stories weren't lining up.
Well, and
That's
they
what it
never
looked like.
they never say luminol was used. They said thermal imaging, but that doesn't mean luminol.
Yeah, but in the first interview, he's acting like no forensics were done.
He said, he did. He said none were done.
Okay, a few things. Breezy says, I have a blue healer, and he makes her side eye look like a flirty wink. Thank you for the super chat. That's very funny.
You, Breezy.
Thank you so much. And then we had another super chat down here. I'm trying to catch up. Deanna Downey says, for showing us the machete karate side eye. And then John, I'm sorry, I'm really far back. I'm not seeing your last two posts. He wants you to read them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
John
Q.
I'm looking back.
If you find them, put them up.
All right, I'm looking.
It's just chat's going a little fast.
I missed him.
Oh, okay, I see the one where he's asking us to read something.
Hang on. I'm all the way back to Tony. From the
I don't know.
Hang on. I'll start going back.
Yeah, well,
do you want to do
well, you guys look and I'll do whatever video.
I'm still looking.
Which one do you want to do?
And
again, this is Hindsight 2002, and I'll put the link in chat. And if you have not subbed up, please go sub up to Hindsight, because you won't regret it. The videos are amazing, and they're very timely.
Just about every day, there's another 1 to 3 videos that are great and timely on what's going on.
I really like the compilation. I think that's good. Hang on. I'm getting closer because I saw somebody comment on his post, so I'm getting there. Jeez, we've had a lot of chat.
We have. I love it. We've missed you guys. We have been. I'm glad Aunt E was able to join. I know she missed you guys too. Everybody's
Yeah.
excited about your trivia.
Oh yeah, I hope it's good. I hope you guys like it. It's very. I tried to put in some 80s and 90s trivia, movies and TV. Golly, I'm sorry, I'm still going back. And I hope everybody thinks it's fun.
I'm trying to find.
I'm still going.
Yeah, John, you may have to just type them again.
Okay,
I'm
hang
not
on.
sure.
I found one. That's
We talked
one.
about that one.
No, actually, that was his comment after we said that.
Oh, okay.
He said just because CP mentioned that all doors locked in the house were locked, how would he know if they were all locked if he wasn't actually there? He said Katie said they were locked.
Oh, well, they're going back here looking at this stuff. There's another really interesting. I just saw something interesting.
That's what I got out of that last video. He said Katie said when she got up, all doors were locked.
Yeah. And then
Oh, yeah. I see what
Crafting
you're
and
saying.
True Crime, aka Jacqueline, says, why would you need fingerprints if you walked out and no foul play?
Right.
Great point.
And then this was the other one. The security of the back door is never mentioned if it was locked or even checked as being locked during any of the interviews. Well, he did say in that last one, all the doors were locked when she got up. All doors were locked.
Okay.
So that's why he said the only door he could have gone out and used was the front door because it did not require it's got the keypad. So you can hit that keypad button on the outside and lock the door from the outside and the door would still remain locked.
Okay. And Marlena says there's a trick when looking for someone's comment, click on their name and then click on channel activity.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
good.
know how to do that. I'm doing it through StreamYard. I don't know if StreamYard has that option.
Yeah, I don't know if we can through StreamYard.
No, it doesn't. I can basically just put people in timeout and ban them.
Tony said, KP, are we going to do another interview?
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, they are there are locks and their back doors. They always try to kind of avoid getting into any detail about that. I think it seems like they don't want us paying attention to that area.
Hold on one second. Did you find the video or did you find the name of it that you wanted me
It's
to?
one of the Nick Barris ones, but I'm not sure which one it was.
Was it?
Now, Opal asked if I added music to the video. I don't think I did. There might have been one. Yes, there's. Well, it's a kind of a music, kind of not. It's about a song, but it's about a song that was a movie. So
Haha, I found it. Okay.
There is one, Opal, for sure.
Okay, so
there's so many good ones. I mean, we could do others. It just depends on what direction we want to go with it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of the contradiction stuff. There's a lot of original reporting by different creators. There's Cohen, the PI, talking about the leaked video, the leaked audio, and a different stream that I had never heard.
Can I go ahead and read? I found John's. I was able to do what Marlena said. The shoes, I can't pull it up because it's so far back, but John says the shoes, like the flashlight, could also be an assumption made by the Proudfoots as well. Something to consider, especially if it would fit the story. That's a good point.
It is a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, this is something we tried to do a while back. We were trying to separate the facts from fiction and stuff that we know about the case. And when we got done with that stream, we basically realized that there were very few facts that we knew 100% were facts, because a lot of what we believe to be true are things that basically just people have said that we can't 100% confirm.
Right.
Like, do we know 100% that all the shoes were accounted for or not? Well, we don't really know because we're just relying on, the parents.
Right.
to tell us that, and so maybe not. So that's why when you get a fact in this case, it's like gold. That's why the time cards from Seth was huge, because there's so few things that are just solid. And that's part of, I think, what's frustrating for everyone is like when you listen to people talk about Seth still and never mention the time cards at all. It's the most important part of his. It's the most important. Anytime Seth comes up at all, the very first thing anybody should say is, well, what about his time cards and his alibi? And that should be the end of the discussion, really.
This is the one that this is the Nick Barris that I watched.
Is this the one about Monday and Tuesday?
I don't know.
No, not an interview. It was one of his Facebook streams.
Okay. It might be.
Yeah,
it's this one. It's
search.
this one.
Yeah, let's do this one. This
Okay.
one had some.
Okay, I'll get it ready.
So there was something he kind of says in here, and before we do this too, Nick Barris. If you were around this story when it first came out, Nick Barris was a wealth of information, and was really digging and investigating the case.
Mhm.
And then there was a point at which he just wasn't anymore. Really,
He just stopped.
He just stopped. He was more like, well, I've called the sheriff again this month, and they say there's no new information. And then if it kind of took a weird turn, but he was really, really, you'll hear if you go back and listen to these old Nick Barris, he had a whole different tone than he has about this case now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a little thing he says in here that caught my attention.
Okay.
Nicole says, I have a question. Why did it take the injunction to come out for us to find out that Chris was at the Texas Roadhouse? I don't think that he necessarily was at the Roadhouse. Is that what you understand?
I don't know.
That's something we don't know. That Hong had that in his I guess what would you call that?
So
His statement.
I think it's possible that he just made a mistake and believed that, thought that was the case, because these guys are still learning the story, the case. We're all way ahead on the knowledge of it.
You have to imagine that they've just stepped into it a few months ago, and we've all pretty much been here since the beginning.
So I think it might be possible that since he's not,
as familiar, that he might be getting some things
might have
wrong.
been a mistake or something he thought he heard but was not correct.
Right.
Or,
but basically,
or maybe he knows something.
What he was testifying to is what he believed. So
yeah,
you can't fault him if that's what he believed.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right, because people will talk about this sometimes with the perjury kind of stuff, like perjury. He would have to.
You'd have to prove he didn't believe that.
You'd have to know that he was
doing it on purpose.
Yeah, that it was a malicious comment.
Right.
And that he knew that was not the case.
Right. And that would be difficult to prove.
Yeah. A misunderstanding or something he heard. Who knows?
Right. Right. All right. I'm going to mute us so that we can play this.
Yeah. And then someone else says maybe he's leaking info. And that's possible too. Maybe they do know something. I don't know.
That's definitely possible. Okay. Hold on one second. You know what? Let's go ahead and acknowledge people real quick before we start this. You want to go ahead?
Alicia Hot Wheels, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Says, I'm so happy to see the ease in everyone.
Well, we're happy to see
always
you.
Good to see you too, Hot Wheels. Thank you for being here and being a member for 2 months with us.
And the real Me Too has been a member for 4 months. Wow, that's like almost as long as we've been here.
I didn't realize you've been a member that long. That's great. Well, thank you, Real Me Too.
Oh, Honesty Prevails says, I love the new mics. Aunt E needs one too. Love you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
I like the mics too. I went back and listened to the last live stream. It makes a difference.
It does. You missed it earlier. I know you know this from Saturday Night Live, but we were talking about, do you remember the NPR one they used to do with Alec Baldwin?
Molly Shannon and
oh yeah. I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Honesty Prevails. We appreciate that super chat. And then Breezy had something else to say.
Breezy says CP was at Texas Road or at a Texas Roadhouse when he met the waitress, but I think it was when he was on the road.
Oh, I think you might be right.
Yeah, a
Possible.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
yeah,
you
maybe,
guys were so sweet.
maybe he got confused with that or something too.
Oh
And I
my
saw
stars.
Clutched and Pearls is here tonight too. So thank you for hopping in here.
Oh, hi,
Good to see you,
Justin.
Justin.
It's good to see you. He was worried about us. He checked on us to make sure
Yeah.
we were okay. And how sweet is that?
I know.
That is so sweet. What a sweet person. Thank you, Justin. And then our Taylor says, God bless to all the E's. Thank you, our Taylor. You're so sweet. Member for 2 months. That's so
Thank you,
awesome.
Art Taylor.
And then Zuzu's Petals sent us, which I love that name. I don't know. I have to tell this story in a second. Zuzu's Petals sent us a super sticker that says noob. And it's somebody dancing, or it's like a controller dancing.
Thank you very much.
I have to tell you, our dog's full name is we got him on Christmas, and his full name is George Bailey, because he was a Christmas dog. So there's more to it, but the kids had his full name is George Bailey Play Pizza. And that's a long story that I'm not going to get into.
No.
But George Bailey was from me because I wanted to call him Bailey. And so Zuzu's Petals, every time I see that, it makes me think of it. Thank you so much for the super sticker. That was very sweet. We appreciate you. And then look at this Starflower.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Wow.
We appreciate that. Always thought the shoes were forgotten and they were asked and didn't know how to respond. Why were KP and Sebastian on the same side of the booth? Were they really alone or was someone else there? Someone took that photo.
I think they said the waitress took the photo. I remember hearing that somewhere when she was talking about it. And also, Hindsight said there was also a neighbor elderly man who called into live early on that said his daughter was a waitress and saw him there on Valentine's Day weekend. That could be the confusion where people are saying that they saw him at the Roadhouse. But I think so that's
2
kind of
weekends before when he
I see. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, that is very interesting. I don't think I caught that call-in show. Is it maybe like a Dolly or somebody like that? Perhaps.
Well, I actually think that booth thing's kind of interesting, them being on the same side, unless they got up specifically to do that for the picture. But I mean, not many people sit on the same side.
Yeah.
I think even when we were dating and we would go to restaurants, we never sat on the same side because we would be like this. This is why it's so awkward for us.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
heard that.
I'm sure I'm sure they've already talked to that waitress probably within a day or
Oh, yeah.
two.
They've had to.
And
Oh, look.
Oh well, thank you, Clutched and Pearls.
Member for
Thank you
1
being a
month.
member for 1 month.
Yay.
We appreciate you.
Hello, Ease. Glad you're back. Hello, everyone. Oh, thank you, Justin. You're the sweetest. Oh, you guys, I love it. And Rubicon, member for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Time flies when you're having fun. Well, we're happy to have you here. We're so happy to have all you guys. You know, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
The dog needs to use the restroom.
Again? Okay.
I believe so.
Okay,
So
I'll take care of it.
or
I'll
I
take
can-
care of it. I can start the video and you can.
Yeah, so this is an older Nick Barris, and it just kind of it's just so it's
But you may have to stop it
okay
because it's only
you
2
starting
minutes
it on-
long. No, I'm going to start it on here, but you have to remember after it's over, you'll have to.
Well, then why don't I just take him? I'll just take him real quick.
That's okay. I'll do it.
Alright.
Tis me
Yeah,
gifted
don't-
one
don't forget
membership.
it.
Thank you so much.
Because with all the muting and everything, I won't be able to bring it back.
Well, how
This is
about
2
I
minutes.
play it and then no, it won't work like that.
Just play it and then we can take him out.
I'll play it, then I'll take because it's only I think it's only a
Yeah.
couple minutes long. No, it's 4 minutes. I've got time to take them out. I've got time.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Tisme. If you got a membership from Tisme, please tell Tisme thank you. That is so sweet. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to do my thank you videos and all that at the end, guys. Let's see. All right. Now I have to mute us first. Here we go. I'm muted.
News conference from authorities in several days. They do send out updates, but nothing new to really report. But today were some new developments that I think are worth talking about. And what I'm going to tell you is I learned early this morning that authorities were planning to go and search a landfill about an hour and a half drive north of Sumner County in Kentucky. Okay. You're like, okay, why are they going up there? Why are they going to a landfill in Kentucky to look for this missing 15-year-old who has autism? And it's an interesting story behind how that worked out. But let me tell you that the search, when it first initially went down, was extremely thorough. They, over the last, in my opinion, 11 days, have done a terrific job, everyone involved, of searching within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the home, everything they can with dogs on foot from the air, have found nothing. A trace of Sebastian is nowhere to be found. So in the absence of finding anything, okay, in that search, they're thinking, what haven't we seen? And they noticed that there was no garbage in the neighborhood, or that the garbage had been picked up. And here's what's interesting, okay? I found out this morning they were going out to the dump. And so my first question is why? Well, they're going out there to look through the garbage taken from this neighborhood. And I'm like, okay, well, when is the garbage picked up? Well, I called a neighbor there whom I know that I've met since I've been covering this story. And I said, hey, do you guys have a garbage pickup service? And they go, yes. And I go, when do they pick up the garbage? And they tell me between 5 and 6 o'clock. And I'm like, what day? Monday. What time of day? 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So put this into context and what we know about the timetable. Sebastian's mother said that she went to try to wake him up. I guess it was around 6 o'clock is what she said in the past, to get ready for school. And that's when she discovered he was not there. At which point they then call law enforcement, at which point law enforcement comes out there, starts asking questions, starts looking around. Maybe he just wandered down the road. This is early on before they know, how serious this is. And by then, the garbage was long gone. The garbage was picked up and gone before Sebastian was even reported missing. Okay. Now, that unto itself doesn't really mean anything, but means all the garbage, including the garbage from Sebastian's house, was picked up. But it's not just there. I'm not just saying this is about Sebastian's house. This is garbage in dumpsters in some nearby developments and homes that are being built. It's garbage in other garbage bins at nearby homes. We don't know exactly what happened to him, but they'd like to sift through that garbage. They would look through these bins and see whether or not there's any evidence of something that might be there. I have to say, it goes without saying, they probably want to take a look at the garbage that was thrown out from Sebastian's own home. Okay, they're going to be looking for that. So what I can tell you is they went out to this dump, which is in White Plains, Kentucky, about an hour and a half from here. It's a company that, takes some of the garbage from here. Keep in mind now, okay, we had Sky 5 video, if you watched our newscast, look at it later, that showed this crew out at a landfill. If you've ever been to a landfill, that is a place to dispose of anything. And if time passes, it's buried and extremely difficult to find. The debris that was taken in garbage from this neighborhood was Monday. So you got Monday's trash, Tuesday, other debris coming from all around. This is just Mondays for this one subdivision. But I mean, trash is coming in continually. So you have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, trash. So 3 full days of trash in and out being piled up there. I understand that typically dumps work on a grid system. So they are able to kind of identify, if you ask, hey, where did Monday's, trucks out of, Sumner County go with the trash? And they can vaguely say in this area, but a lot of trash just goes into that area and you have to dig through it. And there's a lot of smells. It's a dirty business. It's rough. So they were out there today. And from Sky 5, you could see there was a large tarp set up. And then there was a large law enforcement presence. I understand sheriff's deputies from Sumner County and Kentucky State Police were participating in this. I'm also told from someone who works up there at this landfill that they completely cordoned off that one section of the landfill once they got notice of this yesterday and have not put any more trash in there. And they spent all day looking.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
So to me, there's a few things in that. Obviously, and many of you are talking about this in the chat, just how different Nick Barris has gotten about this case over time. You almost forget what he was like. I mean, early on, he was the go-to guy for everything on this case until whatever happened a month or so after this. He completely changed. But besides that, there's some information in here. He mentions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 3 days of trash piling up. Well, that landfill search was not until, this is dated March 8th. So, we've always kind of thought that there was a point at which the investigation took a turn where that DA showed up on the third day and something happened. They came across some kind of information that led them to believe that this was not a runaway, that this was more likely to be some kind of criminal situation. And if with Nick saying that, because he back then, and even still, he had a direct line to that sheriff's office. But that's why he was so invaluable on those first several weeks, is that he was regularly communicating with them. So if he believed that the trash was gathered or stopped from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, then I believe that was likely true, which means that somebody at the Sumner County office, once they figured out that something bad had happened, they called the dump and said, "Hey, no more garbage in this area. Freeze what you're doing. We're gonna get subpoenas. We're gonna come up. We're doing a search because there's something wrong with this story."
Right.
And that's how they would do it. They would contact the.
Yeah, even though Mohawk Mom says it was day 10, but they stopped the trash. That's what was important.
And I've wondered if we know that day 10 was the first day or not,
or if it just got leaked at that point.
Could they have been up there searching for days and
without us knowing?
And then
Well, and I don't know if you guys remember it early on, before we ever got on the air with this and we talked about it, that that somewhere in the media it came out that the garbage man said that the trash can was heavy.
Oh, it was on Facebook. Yeah.
And all this, but it's my understanding that they're like the trash cans that itself picks up and dumps it. It's not something that a trash man actually physically dumps it into the trash receptacle of the truck. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
And also, just a few things I want to point out. Marilyn Riggs says they had a search warrant, takes probable cause. Yeah.
Yes.
And then Taj 88, one of our members, thank you for being a member, says, "Yes, I live here. Been watching News Channel 5 and Nick Barris since I was a child. Something's off. I'm telling you."
Yeah, he's a longtime reporter here. He's done a lot of great work. He's moving back to the news desk because someone just retired. And so I don't know how that'll change his reporting, or if someone else will now become kind of like the more investigative arm of the channel, or how that'll work, or if he'll still kind of do the same thing. But that is something that just happened, like I think yesterday or the day before.
And another thing is the Real Me Too. I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but the Real Me Too has actually was in the courtroom for the Quentin Simon case. And she says, Chief Hadley and I spoke in the courtroom at Leilani's verdict, and he said they only believe that there was a 2% chance of finding Quentin. It's almost impossible to find someone in a trash dump.
So. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, they did that search a long time.
And we did have 5 gifted memberships.
Aw.
I think we might have had a super chat go by too.
And then it was from Honesty Prevails.
Thank you, Honesty Prevails. So there we go. I've got it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Go ahead.
And then Detroit,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Thank you.
That's okay. Detroit City is also a new member.
Detroit Rock City, right?
Detroit Rock City, yes.
I think there was another super chat or two back there too during the video.
And Honesty Prevails, thank you so much for the gift of memberships. If you received a membership from Honesty Prevails, please tell her thank you. And thank you, Detroit, Rock City, for becoming a member. And I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that yet.
Okay. Thank you, Deanna. We appreciate
Deanna.
you.
Oh,
Please
thank
smash
you
the
so
like button for
much.
Excellent coverage. We appreciate
We
you.
appreciate you. You're so sweet to us. And thank you, Detroit, for joining back up. Detroit was a member at one point, I remember.
Yes.
And let me just double check that to make sure we didn't miss
I think
anything.
there is one more.
Hold on. Honesty Prevails gifted 5 memberships twice.
Oh,
Honesty
Oh,
Prevails.
to do
Thank you
that,
so
but thank you.
much. That is so sweet of you.
Detroit
and-
Rock City said that he or she just figured out how to renew the membership.
Oh, well, thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you very
And
much.
oh my goodness, Honesty Prevails. How generous. Thank you so
Yes,
much. We
that's too
appreciate
kind.
you. That is so sweet. Oh, K-Mac has got to go to bed.
No, we're good,
she's
K-Mac.
got
Thank
Robotics
you.
Club. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
I understand.
K-Mac. And I know you've been under a lot of pressure and you've been really busy lately. We appreciate you. And Girl Mom 2 says, thank you, Honesty Prevails. Okay, sorry, I missed some other chats. I just wanted to make sure that we acknowledged everybody.
I think it's
Okay,
crazy.
yes.
I mean, they just don't start collecting trash in our neighborhoods before 8 a.m. because of the noise. I'm so surprised they do it so early. He said between 5 and 6 for that neighborhood. That's early.
I'll tell you, we were camping at a state park here a couple of years ago, testing out our new camper, and just kind of close to home. Anyway, and about what was it, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they came and got the trash at the state park, and it was terrifying.
Oh my gosh. I'm just so surprised by that because it is usually so loud, and it's definitely not something and people are getting up. Kids are still in bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
There was
And Crystal
there-
said hers gets between 2 and 3 a.m.
That's insane.
Well, there was another video in this Hindsight playlist where Chris goes into the garbage truck thing. They ask him about it again, not the first time, but like it might have been a Queen Bee. I can't remember which one it was, but he was on one of those shows and they were asking him about the garbage truck, and he reinforced again, no doubt about it, it was the garbage truck and all of that. But he was being dodgy again about the time, but said, that it comes early. It was, and the time lined up. But here, Nick Barris is again confirming that this truck would have arrived between 5 to 6 a.m., which doesn't match what Chris was trying to sell with this 3-ish a.m. Time of the truck, coming through the neighborhood. So that's another thing that was in this Nick Barris thing that I, of course, these Facebook, posts, they kind of disappear over time.
Girl Mom 2 said, I messaged the trash company and asked what time they come through Stafford Court. They responded right away and they were very nice.
Oh, wow.
Well, what did they say?
What did they say? Yeah, what time did they say?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be great.
Oh, April, it's your birthday. You shouldn't be giving us presents. That's so sweet.
Thank you, April. It's very kind of you. She asks, do we know if that landfill was the location for the construction site or residential or both? I have heard conflicting stories on all of that.
And that was her first super chat ever.
But
thank you so much. That is so sweet.
thank you.
We feel honored.
Didn't we hear there was one in Tennessee and one in Kentucky?
Well, that's the thing is the one in Kentucky was highlighted, right? That's the one that the news crews went out to. But if trash went to multiple places, you would think they probably searched multiple places. We just might not have seen it.
Okay, so Girl Mom 2 says that the trash truck would have arrived between 5:15 and 5:30.
Well, thank you so much for letting us know that.
But that is early.
That is
It's
early.
still early.
That is
but
early.
It's not 3 a.m.
No.
So, or anywhere near that.
Oh, and Tis Me became a member. Thank you so much, Tis Me. We appreciate you joining. Welcome to the Crime Dogs. Is this an okay time for me to do the welcome to the Crime Dogs thing, Mr. E?
Sure.
Welcome. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our new members and all of our gifted memberships. And here's a little thank you for our gifted memberships as well. We appreciate you guys. Oh, we're on that bad number again.
I know we've been hanging around that all night.
I don't know. That's
I've
weird.
I've seen it like 4 times.
I don't like it.
I
I don't
know.
like it.
And this is an informational. Taj 88 says, I also spoke with the trash company and their trash does go to the Kentucky landfill also. And then Purple World says, residential according to trash company. I asked, first stop Nashville transfer station, then Kentucky.
I had somewhere somebody did report that they searched the Nashville station or landfill also. But I'm not sure.
Someone said Nick just posted something new. I received the alert.
Are you? Oh, Lisa B. Always?
She just put
Lisa B. Always is on top of it. She's amazing. And thank you
So,
for being a member,
You
Lisa.
may have.
About
Was it about going back to the news desk?
Oh, I assume they meant Nick the Hat.
Oh,
Nick Barris.
Lisa.
Hmm.
Lisa, can you be more clear? Which Nick? There's
Well,
a lot
I
of
can-
Nicks in
yeah,
our
I can
life.
read his. He just posted on X.
Okay.
The bee has buzzed long enough with its sting, saying IMO doesn't mean you could serve up cockroach salads.
Nick.
Then the skunk and the boxing glove.
Oh, Nick.
Well, yeah, I don't think we have to decode that one. I think we know who that's meant for.
Let's see.
So it's interesting. I never know what to make. I mean, I really don't ever know what to make
Ew.
of his posts.
I didn't realize this. TMZ reported the Menendez brothers might be freed as early as December 11th.
Yeah, I just saw that
Yeah.
too.
So
Ew.
it's going to be kind of controversial, that case, actually, because there's people that
Actually,
feel like
I feel like that there was some justification for what they did. They were sexually abused their whole entire childhood, and they took matters in their own hands. I'm not saying that what they did was right, but at the same time, they have served over 20 plus years for their crimes. To someone
I was gosh, how long ago was that trial? I don't think I was little, but I was young.
They've been in jail for what? Is it 28 years or 25
a long
years?
time.
It's a long time. I actually watched an interview with, I think it's Eric's wife. And I think it's Eric.
So
35. It is what it is. What it
Wow.
is. It's 35 years.
Yeah.
35
Sergeant
years, okay.
says 89. No, I think 1989.
Yeah,
1998.
Lyle is the one that's married, I think. But I watched an interview with his wife, and it was very interesting. Very interesting.
I didn't watch the trial, and maybe you guys can remind me.
I did.
Oh, well, I figured so because you
Mhm.
watch everything. So,
But it was a big deal in the 80s when I was, I was in
90s.
college. It was in the 89, wasn't it?
Was it 89 or 98?
So barely hanging. I think.
No.
Well, 89 would be 35 years.
Yeah, you would have been in college then.
Yeah, I remember it very, very vividly.
Well, I guess so if it was 89, then I would have really not been paying attention because I would have been in high school, right?
Mhm.
So were they, other than their word, and I'm going to be very delicate about this because I haven't looked into it, so forgive me, but other than their word of saying what happened to them, was there proof that things happened to them? Does that make sense? And I'm trying not to use the words so
There's
that
been other victims come forward.
from the same family.
I think actually possibly another family member, like a cousin, and also some of their friends.
Okay. I
And
did
so
not
there has
know.
been-
I would have to
Right,
really
right.
look at it before, and I haven't watched the Netflix special, and I know a lot of people have.
Well, and I will tell you, their entire family on both sides have come and spoken out to the media, asking for the release, saying that they were victimized. So I'm figuring if the family on both sides and their elderly grandmother, I think she's in her 90s, they're all asking for the release and saying that they were victimized as children throughout, and they were subject to abuse, severe abuse.
Oh, wow.
I watched the interview with the
Well, then
parents.
I think-
I mean, not the parents, all of the parents of the parents. There was at least one grandparent still alive, and then several aunts and uncles, and one was actually the sister of Kitty Menendez, the mother, and also family members from the father that want them released.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy.
Butterfly Girl says, "Love your family channel that's full of respect and real on caring for the victim and seeking justice. Thank all three of you for all the hard work."
Aw, thank you,
Thank you,
Butterfly
Butterfly.
Girl. That's so sweet.
But it's definitely
Thank you so
worth
much for the
looking
super
into.
chat. We appreciate you.
Yes,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. I said it's definitely a case that it's got a lot of layers. It's very complicated, but golly, if any of it's true, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And this is apparently very controversial. I'm seeing a lot of mixed opinions about this in the chat. You know, as far as like some people thinking that they should not be freed.
Well,
and
I
some
mean,
that do.
And
would
the
you
father
guys?
threatened to kill them all the time, supposedly.
Well, is that something we might be able to go through in the future and just kind of discuss?
Yeah, and Menudo. Remember the group Menudo?
Menudo on ABC. Yes.
Yes. Well, one of the Menudo children, the dad was in the entertainment business, and he also
Which
accused.
one?
I don't remember it right now because it's been so long. But he also accused the father of sexually molesting him, or and not or what do you, I don't know how you would say it.
SA. But that's all right. It's all right.
It's ruined.
Yeah.
It's ruined.
No, I don't think Ricky Martin was Ricky Martin in Menudo?
Yes, of course he was in Menudo. You nut. We watched it every Saturday.
Okay, that's right. All right.
Don't get me upset.
Oh, somebody put it in there. Ricky Martin was in Menudo. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Well, Menudo was a big impact. Had a
Detroit Rock City. Yes.
Menudo had a big impact on me.
That's exactly what I said.
And I want to say thank you, Butterfly Girl. We appreciate you. Sorry, sisters, sibling rivalry. No, but we watched it every Saturday.
Oh, I know. I loved that show.
I could sing the song.
But it's definitely a case. Oh, Ricky Martin was in Menudo. I didn't know that.
Didn't we just say that 2 seconds ago?
No, not Ricky Martin. Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else. After we said Ricky Martin, I thought of another person. No, that's who I was thinking of.
Okay.
I'm going to address this part in the chat.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So I see Cheryl Ray.
I'm going to see what's wrong with the DOGs.
I think Cheryl Ray, you seem to have an issue with us covering the Sebastian Rogers case. I'm just trying to kind of get an idea of what
if they don't talk about
what the issue is. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer us to not cover his case? I mean, his father is very grateful to us for covering it and coming to the vigils and supporting him and
keeping his name out there.
Yeah, and doing this. And we actually started our channel. You may not know our history, but we live in the community. So we live like basically like 15 minutes from the Proudfoot's home, and we have a son with autism ourselves. So we were watching the coverage and we're unhappy with it in many ways because it was a lot of non-fact based rumors, anonymous, kind of. A lot of it was just not up to par that we thought, and there wasn't a great place for it. I mean, we found some good ones since, but back then, what we were seeing on YouTube, we just didn't think was satisfactory. So we would have these conversations, and there were just lots of facts that were being overlooked, we felt, and just decided to start our own channel, having no idea if anybody would be watching us or not. We really didn't expect that to happen like it has, but apparently people wanted a place like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that Sebastian's the reason that this channel is here. So we have covered other missing children and other stories, but our number one focus will be Sebastian until there's resolution to the story. If there's kind of cooling off periods where there's nothing to talk about, or we, the case is real, truly kind of cold, then we will cover other things. And I do understand what you're getting at, in that the number of views that you get and things of that nature. There is kind of a balance you have to do with it, because if you don't have a platform if you don't maintain it, and so you have to find a balance between covering stories that are not going to get as many views as others, but anyway, I'm committed to Sebastian until there's resolution to this. We live here. We are emotionally attached to the story. If it takes 5 years to bring resolution, we're going to be talking about Sebastian every time there's anything to discuss. Am I articulating that okay?
No, I think that was great.
And I would also add that we do appreciate the memberships and we do appreciate the super chats, but it is not our primary source of income. So
yeah.
But we do appreciate it because it does help pay for our time, because we have spent, let's see, 3 hours here with you guys. And we take time to prep for the show, and we take time to that takes away from other things that we could be doing. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Help me.
But we try to do it all in a respectful way.
Yeah.
To people. We try not to insult other creators. We try not to we just try to stay as fact-based as possible. And if you have different theories, you're always welcome to challenge ideas that we have.
Mhm.
So we try to be an open place for discussion.
Well,
So
and
I don't
think-
know. I'm not quite sure. I'm just not sure what I'm not sure what would please you.
I like what Zoots and Boots says, is having a linking theme that connects. That's how communities are founded. And I think that's kind of what our goal was when we started this, was just, we were rallying around Sebastian, but at the same time, we were building a community of people that wanted to think through and think logically and discuss. And that's what we hopefully are creating as we continue to, whether it be Sebastian that we're discussing or a new case or an old case. We'd like to talk about theories and what we think and give our opinions.
Yeah. We just wanted to try to
we wanted to find a community we could talk to and feel comfortable in. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And we found that, and we appreciate all of
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I'm looking at the chat and I'm tearing up because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Our heart is with this child. And like Mr. E said, we're going to stick with it until there's resolution.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean that ugly. I just I was just, things cost. StreamYard costs $90 a month.
Yeah. Well,
Microphones and lights, and to make the quality better for our viewers, those things cost. And so I don't have a problem, accepting a tip. In fact, it's never expected, but we do appreciate it.
We always try to say thank you. I always feel bad if I think we missed one.
Right.
So I always want to be grateful to people. But anyway, I just wanted to address it because, I mean, the person had a different opinion, but it was being, I thought, relatively respectful in it. So I just wanted to just give my thought on it. So John Q says, very true, Mr. E. Balance and breaks is very important, especially when working with a live case. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, John. We appreciate you too. You do a great job with your channel also, of course.
YouTuber also says YouTube takes 50% of super stickers and super chats. Actually, is it that high? Is it that high? Because I thought it was like 30%. But yeah, exactly.
And they take their part,
You don't get rich on YouTube unless you have millions of viewers.
Well, yeah, and you have to think about, there's a lot that goes into it. I pay monthly for trivia. I pay monthly to have, the thing where I can make the thumbnails, the Canva. We pay for StreamYard, so it does end up kind of balancing out in a lot of ways. Oh, YouTuber says 47%. I had no idea.
On the super stickers in particular.
Wow. No wonder people do super chats and PayPal. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you for Butterflies Are Free to Fly. I don't know if I remember that name. That's a great name.
One. I do too. Thank you so much.
Thanks for all you do, bringing awareness to Sebastian, of course.
That is so sweet. And you guys, we do appreciate it. I don't mean it to sound ugly. I don't know. Am I not articulating what I'm trying to say? I don't know. I feel it.
I think so.
It's not expected, but we do appreciate it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I think most of you understand where we're coming from, and I appreciate it. Do you?
Thank you all for defending.
Yeah, I mean, our whole chat's defending us.
Yeah,
I'm tearing up.
I know I appreciate everyone kind of coming to our defense on things like that, and but people have their I'm okay with her having her opinion on it. I just wanted to address it because I think she was trying to be respectful with it, and so
And absolutely, and we don't mind differing opinions, but we will discuss it. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the other thought she was having was like we interfere in an investigation, and I can't imagine how we're interfering in an investigation. I can't imagine how this would do that. Where the kind of stuff that would interfere in an investigation would be like creating fake evidence, having fake callers in on your show.
Right.
Outright lying about facts.
Yeah. Asking your audience to flood investigators or tip lines with fake leads and false information.
Look what
Things like
Joanne.
that, right?
Joanne, thank you for being a member. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Joanne. Do you want to do one more? Do you have a video that from this hindsight list that you want to do before we go?
Well, I like them all. Well, all the ones I've watched, hindsight, I will admit I have not
This
watched
is
them
such
all.
a nice one too.
If it wasn't for so this is Deanna saying, if it wasn't for the channels such as the E, Sebastian wouldn't have received worldwide attention.
Oh,
I hope we are playing even a small part in bringing some justice or finding this child.
you guys
If that
so
happens,
sweet.
it will be incredibly fulfilling.
Ugh,
It really
you
would. I
guys.
think we all feel that way. It'll be if we can,
Mr. East
Yeah.
Crimecast is one of the honest, caring, and professional channels. We love the
Thank you,
East.
Ruby
You guys
Khan.
are so sweet.
And Cheryl did have a follow-up comment.
Cheryl says, absolutely. I understand that your channel should make money. Absolutely. But I was just wondering why, when other channels do it, why is it wrong or they're labeled hate channels? I appreciate you addressing it.
I don't think we've ever called anybody wrong. We are of the mindset that anybody that puts their time in on YouTube deserve, if they're monetized, right? We have no problem with anyone getting
I've
paid.
never criticized anyone for making money at YouTube. I don't recall doing that. So I don't know. I mean, we can only be responsible for what we say.
Yeah, just because
we're
you
not-
might hear it another place. I don't think you've heard that here.
But here our general rule is if we're talking about creators, we either say
Yeah.
something nice, neutral, or we don't talk about them. So that's like if they're a source for information, we'll mention them. But if I can't think of something nice to say, I just try not to talk about them.
Yes, that's correct.
That's the way we do.
And
I think that served us pretty well. I think everybody's kind of appreciated that approach because there's plenty of places to go to hear creators complain about each other,
And we always try to be positive. Even in our chat, we don't allow people to talk badly about other creators. We try.
That's correct.
We try to have our moderators handle those situations as well. And we do have a super chat.
Aw, Alicia.
Thank you, Hot Wheels. Maybe they're new or having a bad day, but y'all don't have to explain yourself. You've proven how amazing y'all are. I think one of the things that's happened is this whole insistence that there's got to be these teams. There's this kind of divide that's just, it's like nobody's had a choice in this thing. There's got to be teams, and everybody kind of gets lumped in. If you're still looking at the Proudfoots as being your primary suspects, then you're just kind of like grouped all together. Do you think that's kind of part?
I feel like that.
And then
Look at hindsight too. And thank you, Alicia. We appreciate you. You're awesome.
the lab.
Wait, hold on. Is Josh in here? You got to tell him about your show idea. No,
I'll tell him.
You have to tell you offline.
Yeah, I'll tell him offline. Because I would be breaking my own rule if I did.
Yes.
Hindsight 2002 says news reporters earn income from the network. Independent reporters, social media work regardless of obtaining income from their efforts. Yeah, of course.
It's like hindsight lives in our house.
Yeah.
It really feels like that because we had the same conversation.
Like everybody, time is money ultimately. So the police, the FBI, the reporters, the DA, at night in private investigators, all these people, they do have to earn a living at some point. There's very few people that can just completely volunteer their time nonstop. The only person I know that's actually doing that is Tony Mathis.
That's true.
Literally does not make any money.
He's operating at a loss. I was going to say,
that's the only person I know that has a major investment of time in this situation that doesn't make even at least a little money from it in some sense, even like the YouTube, even if
Right.
it's just ad revenue or whatever. And
Yeah, from
and
what
he
I can
takes a
tell.
lot of heat for that too.
And what were you
But
going to say? What's Josh
the
saying?
lab, he said something like,
That's my rule too.
because when I was talking about how I don't, if we can't say something nice, we just talk neutral. He's like, yeah, that's my rule too, which is funny because his last couple of
Well, that's the lab after dark.
right.
Oh, he goes just.
But then
kidding."
later, because if you've been watching the lab after dark, the last couple of just kidding, I love to pop smoke bullies. So, yeah, that's just fine.
Okay.
Everybody's got, and the lab after dark, of course, is hilarious, and we
Yeah.
just all have, you just have to kind of choose how you want to do stuff.
It's like, okay, so I can't stay up for the lab after dark because it's usually about 11:30 our time.
Yeah.
What I'll do is it's like the first thing in the morning. I'll wake up and listen to it, and I'm so sad that I can't be in chat because it's funny stuff. I laugh and laugh. I had one day, I don't remember what day I said, you got to come hear this. I went and grabbed him. I said, you got to hear this. It's too funny. Sit down. So
AMC 52 says, my granddaughter has autism now at age 18. Told her mom, my daughter, about your channel. She has a lot to learn about this. Your channel is great. Well, thank you.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And we got another super chat.
Oh my goodness. And oh, CJ's here. Hi, CJ. Good evening. Thanks for coming in. R. Taylor. You didn't have to do that. That is so sweet.
Thank you, R. Taylor. The E-family, keep it 100% and clean for the missing and righteousness in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I appreciate you all.
Oh, thank you, R. Taylor. We appreciate you too.
When we first started doing this, actually, that was one of the comments we got a lot, was how much people appreciated that we weren't, that we were keeping it clean, that we weren't, the language or whatever.
Well, that's not how we talk in our normal life. So.
Yeah. So, but I didn't realize what how much people would appreciate that. It was just what we were doing, but it is definitely one of the 4 or 5 things that people always mention that they like, is the language part of it.
And Sweet Busby's in here as well. Welcome in, Busby and CJ. All the friends are coming to visit tonight. That's so sweet. And the lab's here. And actually, I was going to say, I've got to email Josh later. I just wanted to tell him that, to look for an email from us.
Well, do you want to do?
Oh, we can do one more. Sure.
Do you
Which
have
one
any?
I don't have, you pick.
Oh, I thought you might have one because I've been picking all of these.
It would take me too long to get to it, probably.
Oh, I see.
I think it's great that I haven't seen them because it gives me a whole, nice perspective, something we haven't already talked about off of the air.
Oh, man, there's so many good ones.
I know. I mean, just look. Okay, I'm just going to show the whole page. Hold on one second. I'm going to show the whole page.
Well,
there's so many good ones. What? Because look, I'm showing the page now while we're talking. Like, here's one that explains about Rico. Here's one that, there's just,
I know.
There's some old Nick. There's a ton of old Nick Barris. There's just really an unbelievable amount of information here, and every one of them is really good. They're just clever.
Wow,
and they're great though. They're all great. Which one?
Wow.
Well, what about the
which one?
Golly,
chronology.
how many?
Well, that's kind of a long one too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's already 10:40.
Yeah, we could.
Thank you all so much for all your great comments. You all are just saying so many nice things.
Well, anyway, if you, I think
there's so many good ones.
Yeah. So this channel is a must if you're going to keep following this case.
There's so many good ones.
It's just a must.
If you have another one you want to talk about, we could do a short one, but I wouldn't do a long one.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Well, maybe we should just wrap it up for the night.
We could. Honestly, it's all right there for everybody if they want to check them out.
So give them a big plug. Give them a big plug.
So so tonight we have been doing kind of a little sampling review of some of our favorite videos from Hindsight 2002. I haven't even watched all of them yet. I'm almost there. I'm about I've got another 20 or so to go through. But these are great. There was a lot of great information in there. He or
Is
she
this your whole
compiles them.
hindsight sheet?
Mhm.
You should hold it up and show them. It's so cute.
Yeah, so this is my my hindsight.
Oh my gosh, this
We'll
is the
just
whole
note-
page.
Yeah,
He's got 2 pages.
yeah, I got 2 pages like that. So,
The
it's
unfortunate
got
thing is
stuff-
he can't read his writing after he writes something.
Sometimes.
So
There's stuff in here about how the tide changed, some old JLR stuff, stuff with the PIs, and then of course a lot of the videos with Nick and Dog as they came on, because Nick's videos are gone. He's pulled those off his channel, so if you want to go back and see those, you can see those earlier ones. But really, it seems like the methodology for Hindsight is that they try to piece together these videos sort of as they relate to the current event of the situation. So anyway, great channel. Highly recommend it. And thank you, Hindsight, for being here with. I don't know if Hindsight's still around or
Hindsight's
not.
still here. Look.
But thank you for being
Look.
here. And we appreciate the work you do. And I think where was was it Instagram? No, it was TikTok.
TikTok.
That Hindsight, I guess, kind of first made some traction, and
So
a lot of
many
folks knew
videos.
TikTok from Hindsight from there. Yeah. There's so many good ones in here. So if you just kind of want a refresher or to see these kind of contradictions with the family and stuff, just go back through those. Those are fantastic.
There's just a lot of good reminders for me. Personally, I feel like there's just a lot of good reminders of different just different things that happened within the case. Like I was watching a JLR one today talking about the job site. Just things that
Yeah.
you've forgotten about. And I don't know. They're just some good reminders. Everybody's asking if you can do one more. So could you think you can find a short one?
Man, I don't know.
Actually, this how private intelligence contractors took over the government's really interesting, but watch that another time. No, it's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes.
Did you do that? It's been 8 months. Is that what's that one?
Where's that?
The one. It's been 8 months since Sebastian. Did you have you done that one?
That was a news one, right?
Oh, it's
That's
just a news
it's a
reel?
WKRN one. Yeah.
Yeah, just pick whatever you like.
Okay. I don't know. There's a lot. I haven't watched them all. He's got a different account than this that he watches them all. I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
There's one on the Kentucky landfill search process.
Yeah.
Did you do the Fox and Friends? Is that the one you did?
How about this
Yeah,
one?
we did that one before. Yeah.
This one's a minute.
Told me that night.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't watched this one
Yeah, I don't
before.
think I've watched this one yet.
First
So we'll
2
watch
hour
that.
nap.
Yeah. I think it's similar to what I've been looking at lately. Okay. I have to mute us
2
first.
hour nap.
Just
You told me that night that now, Chris, you were at work. You were out of town at work,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you were not even home.
Correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight.
Midnight.
And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of, so to make something very crystal clear, so that way
Okay.
there's transparency across the board. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed. Now, mind you, that was right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
Mhm.
So then Mom does go to bed and wakes up early in the morning to go wake her son up, get him ready for school. And now we have a worried mom who can't find her son in the house.
That's that was so weird too, because she lays out a timeline and then he immediately contradicts it, like right after.
Well, and the fact that, they put up the dogs and they made comments about the dogs. The dog slept with her when he wasn't there, but he told her to put up the dogs. If that's the case, why did he tell her to put up the dogs? You find those red flags start to appear, like our famous red flag episode.
Yeah, right. And it always bothers me too. They make it sound like they always say a 3-hour phone call, but when he does that second timeline, it's an hour and 45-minute phone call. That's a
Right.
big difference in time, especially if you're trying to establish any timeline at all.
Well, and I think it's weird the way he says 9:43 or 9:46.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such an odd way to say that.
Yeah, like maybe he had been questioned about it, had looked specifically at his phone and couldn't remember exactly.
Hi, Eve Loves God. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. And she said, thought it was the name starting with E Club. All right.
Well, thank you. You love
Thank
God.
you. We
pretty
appreciate you.
I think Hindsight was wanting you to play that short.
I'm going to. I was just making sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
All right. So what is that? Is it the most recent short?
Oh, yeah, I know.
With
Jan
his
Holden.
language is always odd. Yes, he does have an odd way to say that he says things.
And I saw that we have bitter pills and bigger pills in here as well. Welcome. Let's see.
And Jen Hold'em, I agree with you. I'd like to know that too. Who ended the phone call? I hope we'll find out one day.
Okay,
That's
so
one where he definitely
shorts.
points out too. He really points out the fact that the call logs have been verified.
Yes.
Okay.
See, I want to know who ended the phone call because I want to know if he set a phone down and left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's what I'd like to know.
I'm gonna play this one, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and mute us first. So.
Cute.
That
Well,
was
thank
so
you.
sweet.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, do you have anything before we?
No, I think we should wrap it up. We've been doing
Alright.
this for
Yeah,
a
we're
little
giving
over 2 or 3 hours.
Got a big Halloween tomorrow, so everybody have a safe and happy Halloween tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all being here, and if you are a member, join us for trivia on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central
1
Time,
p.m.
and we'll have a lot of fun. So, hope to see you all there. And anything from you, Auntie, before we go?
No, hopefully I'll get my camera fixed. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I would go in a regular the first channel of Streamlab, it would come on, but then it would not come on when I switched over to the live stream.
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Before, when I restarted my computer, it would fix it. So I don't know. My computer's been wacky lately.
Call me tomorrow and we'll go over it, and I might be able to help you.
Okay.
I think I know what's wrong with it, but anyway, doesn't matter. I'll talk to you later about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much, and thank you to all of our moderators for helping out. Thank you to our subscribers, and thank you to our members. And we appreciate you guys. And thank you for the super chats and the super stickers and just being kind to one another. We appreciate you.
Great. Thank you.
I'm not quite there yet. You can
Okay.
tell people goodbye some more.
And also, a big thank you to Hindsight for letting us
Oh,
show your
yes.
videos and talk
Yes,
about
we
them.
appreciate it.
And we appreciate you and all the other creators that join us. We really appreciate your support as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming to visit. It feels like you're coming to visit our house.
Definitely.
So we appreciate that.
So happy Halloween. It's always good to spend time on a channel like this, one where everyone is reasonable. We hope to be. Hope we are.
Try to be. Now, if Auntie and I start talking about Menudo, that's a whole other story. So.
Of course, thank you to the mods for being here. Appreciate you, Real Me Too. And
yeah, thank you.
Lady Tit for Tat and K-Mac earlier, and might have missed another.
Oh, Misty was here. Marlena was here. We had all the usual suspects.
Yes.
So we appreciate all you guys and thank you. And we will see our members on Saturday at trivia. And I'm still not ready yet because I've been talking.
All right.
All right. And let me go ahead and mute us. And you guys have a great night.
We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on to hope for you. We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine on